Oh, now it's on live. Hello and welcome to the Canada Guns Talk Show, episode 15, Speared Through the Heart, but you're too late. I'm one of your hosts, Adriel the Hunting Gear Guy Michaud.
I can't believe you used that. That's a great fucking title. Hey everyone, it's the Crover.
Jesus Christ.
Andrew's not here.
Hi, Janitor Pants checking in from Alberta here.
Gracie.
Hi, I'm Chris.
And so to myself from Lawrence, Saskatchewan.
I just feel like I need to point out the reference that you're making in the name is actually incorrect. The lyric was not shot through the heart and you're too late, it's you're to blame.
Well, fuck you. We're
No,
not all
is it
fans
both?
of Bon Jovi
Like,
here.
depending on which part of the song you're actually listening to.
I'm
it
pretty
could be
sure it's
both.
you're to blame because that's why he goes afterwards, darling, you give love a bad
is this
name.
really happening? Are we going to argue Bon Jovi lyrics on the Canada Guns
Pretty
Talk
sure
Show?
one of them is you're to blame and another one is also you're too late.
I gotta blow
Pretty
to
sure
that
it's
song.
both.
Okay, well, whatever. We'll argue it over spears and bears and that kind of thing. But I don't think I'd really spear hunt a bear. Like there's that one guy in Alberta here who spear hunted one. But I might try to get a bear with this guy right here, just up and close and personal kind of a thing, right?
You're gonna hope that by making it come, it runs away?
Is that a fucking pink dildo on the end
Sexually
of your
imprinted
Glock?
on you?
Yeah, that's a butt plug attachment I got here for my pistol. So
That's a
you know,
butt plug. How come
you need
got
one of those. So basically, I got a 3D printer, and I figured out how to download models and print them, and then I figured out how to take two models, like the pick rail and the butt plug, and join them together.
Oh, is that just
And
a
that's-
sight riser that you have attached to the side of your butt plug?
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. Yeah,
I mean, you should have tried to
This
smooth it
reminds
out
me
of
of-
it, man. Jesus Christ.
I printed them
reminds me of-
together. Like this isn't lazy. Look, I'm doing some 3D modeling here. Well, I put them together, but.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could have, like, smoothed out the edges or something.
No, that's hard
You
work.
could still see the pick rail where the scope would be.
No, man, you're going raw. Fuck, this reminds me of one of those like YouTube prank things I saw where a guy just called up an auto parts shop and just repeatedly yelled the word butt plug into the phone.
It's a prank, bro. It's a prank. Don't
So
tease
it's like
me,
a
bro.
tactical aiming ability, right? It lets you like point at whatever you need to, kind of visual cue which direction to point the gun.
Wait, is it held on with an elastic band?
So I don't have the right screws for it, so I just use some like quick little wire there to kind of throw in there for the show, right?
And then when you tell your enemies that you're gonna butt fuck them, you mean it.
I'm gonna take this gun and stick it right up your ass.
Pop a cap in
This one
there.
right here.
It's not pop a can in your ass, it's pop it into your ass.
Yeah, I got that wrong. Anyways,
No.
that's the silliness that I've been up to. I mean, 3D printer plus pink filament equals hilarious shit. Even like a little two-shot saber is now hilarious because it's pink.
Hey man, nothing wrong with pink.
I was buying some of those AT-15 mags last night, and I seen they had hot pink ones, and I was like, I should buy one.
Pink is manly as
What do you
fuck.
mean? What do you mean, Sergeant?
What?
What do you mean 1850 mags?
AT-15?
Those are those plastic LAR mags, aren't they?
Yeah, by Alberta Tactical, but they're like full-size 20-rounders. They're kind of cool. They're $33, so I bought two of them.
They're a single stack, right?
No, I'm pretty sure they're double-stack 10-round
Well-
mags. They just got like they got like an internal plug that makes them still 20 long, but they're designed.
Oh, I would have thought they would have just made it single stack to make it that long. Like,
I don't think so.
I don't know why anybody would go single stack, but I guess if
I'm
you
not even sure
wanted
if it
a
really works too well in
long mag.
ARs.
No, an AR will expect that it's getting the two feed paths there, so the way in there will expect that it's going to have a double feed there. You can't do just up the middle.
Yeah, that's one of the issues that those import Saigas in the U.S. have, which is some of them are single stack, or they were designed to be. What the fuck happened to this case? What?
Did you crack the neck?
I don't know. It just made a funny sound and then it went in all weird.
Well, there's the link to it. I didn't see anything about single stack in there, so I'm pretty sure
I'm
they
gonna.
will.
Oh, I think they got loose. I'm gonna tighten it back on and see if I can use a resizer die again. Oh, but
Because
then
when
on
I
top of
seen how long they were, I just assumed they would have been single
No.
stack to
No, those are double.
100% length.
Yeah, I think they're just internally restricted somehow, so they you can't
Well,
take
I'll
it
use
apart
this
because
to
it's
help me
internally
defend.
restricted. So they put stainless steel springs in there, so you don't
No.
really have any reason to.
One thing I don't get is they say they'll hold 10 rounds of 223, 5.56, and 300 blackout.
Yep.
So will they hold 10 rounds of 300 blackout as well? Like, is that what that
Yeah,
means?
300 blackout's the
300
same
blackout's
size.
same width. Yeah.
Really?
It's just they jammed a 308 shell into a 223 casing is what they did, or a 308 bullet.
I thought it was a bigger thing. Like,
Nope.
Huh.
It's the same size.
Hi there.
Like I seen.
Oh, there's Andrew.
There was
Sorry for being late.
there's a post a while ago about cut in half bullets, and the 300 blackout was in there, and I thought it looked really cool. Because yeah, it's just this giant 308 bullet shoved in this tiny little 223 case. It's fucking funny.
Here, I got one right here. Let's just pull out a 223. Okay. So here's 223 and 300 blackout, kind of like right next to each other.
Oh, well, they are just the fucking same thing.
Yeah, it's literally a 223 case that is cut and then resized at the neck there. So you can use 223 brass to make 300 blackout. That's
just
one of the cool
fire
things
for
of it. What's that?
Do you just fire form it?
No, you don't even need to. You cut off the 223 at the shoulder, and then you form it with your die because it's already right here, right? So you just size this part here of the brass, so you don't really need to fire form it.
That's
you can just
cool.
make it a 223.
So, Adriel, do you have anything that shoots 300 blackout, or?
I had a bolt action Ruger American Varmint.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I have been playing with the idea of when I get my restricted, getting a 300 blackout AR as opposed to 5.56, just because I'm super operator.
I've been debating buying a
Expensive,
300
though.
blackout upper just because I'm building an AR now that I bought that fucking deal from Shit Dick. I've been debating building a thing.
A 300 blackout AR?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is 300 blackout cut in half right here. You should be able to
Holy
see it on
dick.
my screen.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking weird. This
So-
cut in
That's the
half
200
album
grain.
is really cool.
The 200
Yeah.
grain bullet is huge for this case.
Yeah, 220
Holy
green bullet.
shit!
Right
Look
there.
at that thing.
Holy
So I
dick.
have a question about this too. Two things that I wanted to ask about this whole section. I'm glad we're talking about 300 blackout.
Oh god, it's happening.
What?
So the two things I wanted to ask were A, with the 300 blackout, what bullets do you use? Like I'm total noob to reloading, so if I was gonna buy bullets, what do I buy?
Ones that
So
look
the
like
very
this,
first thing,
or you can buy ones that don't look like this.
well, Andrew, the very first thing you do is you Google the term 300 blackout reloading, and
Okay, yeah.
you
Okay,
as long
yeah,
and if
yeah,
you
yeah,
cannot understand how to navigate
yeah,
Google to that
yeah,
point, you
yeah.
should not be reloading.
Bitch,
crazy, so-
I did exactly zero research. That's why I have 15 pounds of powder and like a bunch of other shit.
Okay, my question though is, does it have to specifically say 300 blackout bullet, or
No,
can it be labeled
no,
something
no.
else?
They
Well,
actually
probably be
use
a
308
generic
bullets.
308
Generally
bullets, the same
speaking,
thing.
if you want to, you're just looking for the diameter and the shape, right?
Okay.
Yeah, it does use a .308, but well, it uses a really fucking light thing, 110 grain. Holy shit.
You can
Yeah,
use a
'cause you're-
110 for supersonic, or you can run the 220s for or
Subsonic.
heavier for subsonic.
What if since it's just standard 308, what if I just stuck like a standard 150 grain in there?
Sure, why not?
That'd be fine.
The 110 is better for the size of the case because you're not going to be juicing them that fast anyways. But you could run like a 147, 150.
Hey Andrew, did you buy one of those CRS-25s yet?
No, thanks for the tip-off. I just saw the thing. I might actually take advantage of that.
Yeah, TRS-25 is the best red dot for the
That one actually comes with the riser too, it looks like, so.
Sweet. I need to actually have a look at that right now, because I was gonna come in the hangout, and then I saw that, so I didn't actually get to look at it.
That
So-
sounds pretty interesting, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll send
you
you the
should
link. I think I
duct
copied
tape
it.
yours to the GP100 you want to buy, Casey.
No, I'm not gonna dump the thing I'm gonna buy. I just messaged some dude to see if he's still selling a Smith & Wesson, actually.
Which one?
From what I can tell, it looks like a Model 19.
Ooh, is it the one that I sent you in text?
No, it's actually a different one than that. The guy's asking $600, which is why I don't think it's going to still be there. But I'm messaging him anyway to see.
Well, no, yeah, that does, and you should do that. $600 for a Model 19?
Yeah, the guy, I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's like Smith & Wesson 327 Magnum, $600. Guy doesn't say what model it is, but it looks like a 19. It's got the case-hardened trigger and hammer, like the other Model 19 you linked me. So, let's see if it's a Model 19.
Okay. Yeah, and Andrew.
Yeah.
Do you not want to blow yourself up? Because you should do research.
Yeah, no, exactly. I wouldn't just like dive headfirst into this shit. I'd actually
do it, you
look
pussy. Do it.
Well, that's what you do. Is you
Covert.
dive headfirst into it and buy all the shit, and you go, how the fuck do I use this?
Exactly,
Well,
covert. That's why.
I got you guys to do this for me. I mean, Janitor Pants is nice enough to send me like copies of all the fucking low data he has. Which was, by the way, I didn't understand a word of the shit you sent me. I was like looking at it, like, what the fuck? There's pressure spikes and max minimum and some other shit. Is like a screen grab of a program that looks like an engineering project.
I believe it was built by a German engineer, so yeah.
Oh,
there's a lot of data.
that explains that. Plus, it doesn't dispense like latex and nipple clamps or something.
Well, I guess if I were to look at it for long enough, I'd be able to understand it, but I don't like doing that.
No, you don't like thinking when you don't have to, eh?
Exactly. I've graduated now. I don't want to look at engineering information again. Fucking looking at voltage and goddamn amp
look,
crap.
Sergeant's got a gat. Sergeant's got a gat.
I do have a GAT.
Did you finally put an upper on that lower you had
Oh
before?
yeah. Check this thing
Oh
out.
yeah, that's nice.
That looks like an IUR if I ever saw one.
It is. She's beautiful.
So what's the
Heavy,
lower
isn't
again?
it? That fucking upper is so
The
heavy.
Colt Canada. Yeah, it's fucking
Ooh.
heavy. Holy shit.
Yeah, matching. That's fancy.
The colors don't match though.
Aw.
Shit.
Whatever, man.
That's why you
Actually,
gotta
noticed-
Duracoat it all. That's why you gotta Duracoat everything.
I was thinking about getting the lower sent off to Cherokee, see if I could.
Yo, your bolt to silver, Duracoat it all silver. Call it the
No.
sword.
I'm not going to Duracoat it silver. If I want a
Call it
silver
the
GAT, I'm
sword.
going to clear coat it raw aluminum.
Call it the sword.
You need to send it to Dead Sky Customs and get him to do that like fake gold color all over it.
You know what? I'll give that guy credit where it's due. That guy does some really interesting shit, but holy hell, if some of that stuff he makes sometimes is really tacky.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep.
Like, some of the camos that he does is like, that's fucking cool, man. But then, like, he goes and does another cryptic camo, and I'm like, but why cryptic, though? Like, what's the appeal of cryptic? I mean, I really
Also,
shouldn't be saying anything, because, I mean, what's the appeal of dildo purple, but whatever.
Another question I have is, if I was gonna buy like dyes to cast my own like 300 blackout bullets,
Bro, do you have a backyard and/or a garage?
I already have a foundry, so I mean, like, I could melt lead no problem.
Well, I guess if you already got the foundry. Janitor,
Yeah.
what else do you need?
You cast 300 blackout, can you?
That's what I was just going to say. You could, but you're going to need some kind of gas check on the bottom of that. It's going fast enough that you're just going to lead up your bore pretty bad. So you'd probably
Okay.
want a gas check on the back, or powder coated, or...
Okay, yeah. I was just gonna ask about that, yeah.
So, Janitor, now that we're talking about cast lead bullets, where do you use and in what circumstances would you reload cast lead bullets?
Well, I mean, you can for any circumstance, but there's a general rule. They kind of say once you start going above 600 foot per second, that's where you're really going to start having some issues with that just fouling up your bore and leaving lead everywhere. So you can get like a copper plate you basically put on the bottom that helps prevent that. Guys powder coat them. There's ways around it, but generally for me, for casting, shotguns, handguns don't generally go that fast, so handguns. And then stuff like the 4570 or the 3030 or most of those older, not as high pressure cartridges is where it's the easiest, let's say.
You have to gas check 4570 though, don't you?
It depends how fast you want to push it again, right?
Yeah.
I could start doing backyard electroplating for the copper. No, I'm just... Okay, cool, because I was thinking about how you were talking about a while ago casting your own bullets, so I was thinking, well, I mean, I could cast 300 blackout, I could do that, because I wasn't sure if it's the same, like...
You can cast anything, it's just whether or not it's going to,
it's gonna mess up your barrel, and I prefer not to mess up my barrel.
Crazy. What's the maximum overall length of the cartridge I can use? Is it 130 what?
2.35.
Dick, where did I link that? Here it is. Max overall length is 1.59.
1.59.
And just to be completely clear, also, the difference between 2.23 and 5.56 is how fast the bullet goes, right?
No,
pressure.
the difference is minuscule. There's a couple of thousands of psi in pressure difference, which realistically is not a big issue. There's some difference in the angle of the neck, from what I've heard.
And thickness of the brass.
Yeah, and thickness of the brass, 5.56 is thicker brass. But realistically, this whole thing of don't shoot 5.56 into 2.23 is largely nonsense. The only adverse effect you'll have is you'll get like 2,000 rounds less out of your barrel compared to 2.23. Which, when you think about the fact that these barrels will shoot like fucking probably 10,000 rounds or some shit like that, like, honestly.
And if you blow yourself up because of Crazy's advice, you can sue him.
I am not legal or technical advice, so no.
Hey, that's all I was looking for. Got it?
Yeah, okay, but yeah, so the thickness of the brass thing was what I was wondering, because I was wondering if you could put like 300 black reloaded into a 2.23 case.
Could you? Yes. Should you?
Well, yeah, okay, that's my question is should you, not could you.
I don't know. Like, dude, like, honestly, you're gonna end up picking up at some point or another, if you're shooting 5.56, 2.23, like, if you're shooting an AR, you're gonna end up picking up a case of something. It's gonna be 2.23, it's gonna be 5.56. Just don't mix them up. If you have a shitload of brass for 5.56 and you're gonna reload 5.56 shit, reload that brass. If you have a 2.23 bolt action rifle for peyotes, reload 2.23.
Yeah, it's not that I was going to mix them up.
Dial down the pressure on the 5.56 to 2.23 levels.
Or you could just do that. I mean,
it's not that I was going to mix them up. The reason I ask is because I'm going to buy that Savage Axis that Adriel showed me. Is it Savage Axis, the $300 or $300?
Yeah,
it's like $400.
Yeah, no, Adriel's not listening, I know. But anyway, the Axis. So I was going to buy one of those. So I figure if I get one of those, that shoots 2.23. So if I could save the brass in the 2.23 in the future, whenever if I do end up doing this 300 blackout thing, I could save the brass in the 2.23 and then cut the neck off and make that into 300 blackout.
Yes, you could.
Okay.
But keep in mind that if you reload brass a couple of times, you're starting to run the risk of it failing. It won't happen on the first, second, or third, maybe. But once you use it a couple of times...
Yeah.
After a few times, that's when you got to really start checking brass.
Yeah.
And that involves a whole other shemang of shit that I have no idea about.
Well, we're talking about brass. Is there any detriments to leaving uncleaned brass sitting around?
As long as you throw a desiccant pack on it and you didn't pee on it and or, just rub your greasy hands all over it, it shouldn't get that bad. I have had, like, this brass that I cleaned up was sitting in a bag inside of a ammo can for like a year and a half, and some of it cleaned up. The others, some of the cases still look pretty gnarly because I have really, really, really sweaty hands. So, I mean, some people don't even bother to clean their brass. I know Janitor doesn't, right?
No, I do. Yeah, no, I clean most of it.
My
It
dad
depends how
barely
dirty
cleaned
it's
his
looking,
45.
So
and
somebody was telling me that they don't really bother cleaning their brass.
My dad barely does, but you can tell, too, when you look at his 45 brass that it's not really being all that clean when you look at it. You can tell it's been reloaded a couple times. And he got about 4 or 5 reloads out of each of them before they started giving him problems. Like I said, he would wash it in vinegar and then run it underwater.
I actually, you know what, Jenner? I followed your instructions and I just filled up the fucking, the tumbler to the top with brass and corncob media. And yeah, it was way cleaner after 2 hours, and I just left it running for like 4 or 5 while I went to the range to shoot skeet. And when I came back, I had 250 cases of 38 special that were just basically looked new.
Yep. Yeah, if you run it with the top off, like you can see it kind of tumbles from the outside walls all the way and back down the center.
Yeah.
So the more media you got in there, the more shit it's got to tumble through. So it's more efficient, right?
Yeah.
Are Hodgdon, IMR, and Winchester the only companies that actually make powder? No, there's Vitavuri. That's right. They probably have their own loading data.
So
I'm actually right now about to take out my scale, and I'm gonna increase that load that I used last time.
So that you're not shooting squirrel farts?
Hey, fuck you. That was still 357. According to the loading data on the website, that still was
I
screaming
barely
at about,
call
like,
that fucking 32, let alone
Dude.
357.
that shit was screaming at about 1,400 feet per second, so it was not some mild little shit. It just so happened that it's a fucking 8-inch barrel 357, and I have 125 grain projectiles, and I didn't put the max amount of fucking powder in there. So yeah, it's going a little slower, but not that much, little shit.
It looked,
I am
it's
salty.
looked and sounded like nothing.
I am salty. Shut up.
I don't know why you'd be salty. It's safe at the very least, but it's
Oh
just...
yeah, no, actually, literally after I did that, what was it, January? You were like, "Good on you for not going max pressure right off the bat."
I was serious.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
It
happy.
says 35 grains, 37.
I'm literally gonna, when I get fucking finally loading 8 mil, I'm literally just gonna load it at the min spec it has because I want to save money. And you save money by using the smallest amount of powder possible.
Well, when you're sitting on like, I don't know, 12 pounds of powder right off the bat before you even start reloading, you don't feel that stupid.
I have precisely 1 pound. I think there's a pound of tight group in there my dad's not going to use anymore, but I was trying to look for 3-7 load data for tight group, and the only load data Hornady has, at least, is for lead bullets.
Oh yeah, I actually loaded it below the starting load. The starting load from the Hodgdon website is 6.8 grains, and I did 6.7 because I actually managed to dial it in to 6.7 on my powder thrower here that I'm looking at, and I was like, I'm not gonna fuck with this. It's working. I'm just gonna leave it as is, and that's how it stayed.
So another question, once again, total noob. As I'm sure you all know, with all this shit like the big fucking thing you press the powder down with, I guess you bolted all to the table, right?
No.
No?
You
I
bolt the press to the table.
I did a couple of things, each one progressively stupider, and then I just got really lazy.
Should you bolt it to the table though? Should you? Not
What I
Clover, not
did
Clover can
is
you, but should
I
you?
bolted it to a 2x8, a 2x10,
Okay.
and then that 2x10 is clamped to the table at the other end. So this is secure. It's not moving, and it's never moving ever again.
Okay, so for those of you who don't use a jerry-rigged ghetto method, do you bolt it to the Do you bolt it to the
yes,
table?
you bolt it to the table, but probably it'd be better to bolt it like Crover did, because then you're not drilling holes in your fucking table.
Well, I mean, I was going to use a table that I could drill holes in.
Okay, then yeah, bolt it to the table.
If you have a shop in the garage, fuck it, just put the things on the table.
Yeah.
Well, Janitor, you did something fancy with T-tracks, didn't you?
Yeah, you betcha. I take, I don't know if you can see this right here. It's T-track, and I've got that mounted to the surface of my bench. So if you look down here, sorry, this thing is all screwy looking. You can see I've got a couple presses, brass trimmer down there, all that stuff. And how it is it's just bolts.
That's
with
fancy.
Knobs.
You've got a veritable
So if I
ammo
take those-
factory in there.
So see, like then it's just all of my presses I mounted on boards like that, so I can take them off, remove them, put in whatever I need to do, move them in whatever they need to be. And that way, if I need the whole bench too, like if I'm building a gun or something and I want that space, then everything's off my bench and I don't have any holes in it.
That's pretty sweet.
So
I love you.
If I happen to set this up, then I might get some more detailed descriptions from you, Jenner.
yeah, that's no problem.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Because what I can do is I'm going to get a new desk probably, so I'll just take the desk I've got here, which is pretty sturdy, and just put it in the basement, and fuck around with everything with the desk. So, yeah.
Yeah, and like just through a desk is totally fine. Depending how thick it is, you might want to reinforce it with another board underneath and maybe some fender washers even.
It's probably like 3/4 inch, I'd say.
Yeah, you'd probably be okay.
Yeah. And it's pretty solid, you know. It's a good sturdy desk. But yeah, okay. Cool. So 300 blackout is basically the bullets of 308. I'm not going to bother casting them. And it's 5.56 brass. Crazy, you showed me that big kit for like $200 with everything.
Yep, that Lee kit there. All you need to do after that is buy dies for 300 blackout, which costs another like $40-50.
And do I need one of those the case things, the cut off the case?
Probably a case trimmer. Yeah,
Case trimmer,
get a case
I don't
trimmer.
know. Jan or Adriel, how do you actually chop off a case? What do you use? Angle
So-
grinder?
Funny enough, for those when
Take
you're
the diagram.
trimming 223 for 300 blackout, you got to cut a lot off. You might as well use like a Dremel or something like that to make it quick, just to give it a quick cut. Then size, and then do your final trim. And your final trim, if you're cheap, you use the Lee system. Lee's got like a pilot system that they use for trimming out. That'll be your final trim, but your initial one could be like a hacksaw or a Dremel just to get it to approximately the right length.
I've seen lots of guys take like a chunk of
hacksaw.
2x4. Yeah, a chunk of 2x4, and if you've got like an end stop on your drill the holes about as deep as they need to be, and do like 6 or 8 of them. Put all the cases in there, and then hit them all with a hacksaw at once. Works
Yeah.
good.
Oh, actually, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, that's not for a final trim. That's just for a rough cut to get you kind of close. After you resize, then you do your final trim to length.
So it doesn't have to be even like, it doesn't just basically just be rough. So like, I mean, with the hacksaw thing, I feel like they get a little angled. Like, does the cut have to be like straight across, or like?
No, because
No.
you're just making some room for this guy so that you can kind of get it close, size it so you get that shoulder on there, and then you can put your trimmer on there. And
Don't
trim it.
forget to deburr it.
Yeah, after you trim it out. Yeah.
So right, you gotta take little like edges off and shit.
Make sure there's no edges on it.
Yeah.
You use some Scotch-Brite, or if you actually... I know it works good for holes. I'm not sure if it works good for this, but if you take a drill bit that's way bigger than the hole and just twist it in there, it'll take all the burrs off the inside.
Or I'm pretty sure they have case deburring things that you buy from like Hornady and stick it on the Kinder and twist it a bunch.
It's in here somewhere. Yeah, there it is.
Something like that works
Okay.
really good.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Jenner, we got the same one.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, that just looks an oversized countersink.
It's like a rocket.
Yeah, I got one of those too.
Let me
That's
see
the
if I can.
Fucking Grover.
Yeah. But
Grover,
yeah,
my
right
gun's
now.
way more beautiful than yours, by the way.
What?
My gun's way more beautiful than yours, just saying.
Mine is like the Kroger AR. Okay?
I'm sorry,
Mine
Sergeant.
has a
Yours
name.
does not have a pink
Crowbar.
logo
Yeah,
on the
it
front of
looks
it.
like a crowbar.
Or yours does not have like a purple dildo grip on the front of it, so yours is not as
Yeah.
good as Krover's.
Yeah, there you go.
We can fix that. I mean, that's just an accessory.
Yeah, just go search your drawer and grab some duct tape. There you go, bud.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey,
Just
I'm
strap
sorry,
one of my
reference to
dildos
what
on there.
janitor just said there. I always find that term hilarious because that's my last name.
What?
I don't know, I missed it. So now I can't dox
there you go,
crazy.
yeah. So what I just linked, I've got a the reloading kit and the reloading and the die thing. Is that like a good start? And then I need
That
the
is
whole...
all you need to start other than consumable materials.
And the pilot. You'll need a pilot to trim out your brass as well. So you'll need to find the 300 blackout.
Can you tell me what a pilot is?
Just search Lee pilot 300 blackout.
Depending on how much you want to reload, you might want to look at a lead turret press instead. It's only like another $60, I think, but you can have all your dies in there and it just rotates around. So like
Well,
with that press,
At this point, I'd only be reloading 300 blackout if I was going to do this, and I don't even remember restricted yet.
Why the fuck
So,
are you starting with 300 blackout?
because what the fuck else am I going to reload? Like I don't.
Nothing.
You can reload 5.56.
Yeah,
Hey,
but I'm not.
no.
Gonna...
Or you could just reload Buddy at 6 or 308.
Okay, so right now I've got
Adriel,
a.
send Quintino a link.
So
What's
right
that?
now sorry.
Send Quintino a link.
Right now I've got that Super Operator 22, and I've got my Mosin-Nagant, and I'm going to buy an SKS, and I'm going to buy a 12 gauge, and I'm going to buy a Savage Axis, and I'm going to probably buy this 300 Blackout AR, like...
Reload for Russia strong. Make match-grade ammunition for Soviet rifle.
Yeah, I'm probably going to do this AR in like 9 months, right, is what I'm saying, so...
Reload
there's...
match-grade 7.62. Buy NEA upper, dollar profit. Hey, it's make good decision, yes.
reload all your Russian stuff.
Yeah. Oh my. But anyway, yeah. So that's my gun shopping list. For the next
Finally.
year.
Hey,
Oh, Nick.
Finally, holy crap.
You're welcome. I caught your fucking comment.
I know. I watched it. And I messaged Crazy too, like 5 minutes ago or two.
Oh shit, did you? I probably missed it. I did miss
And,
it.
then I realized that Adriel was in charge. I was like, oh. Then what do I
You're
message
fucked.
him?
Well,
You're
I can
fucked.
send
I
it
know.
a link.
Actually, Reddit tells me it was sent a minute ago.
Oh, it was a minute ago I sent it. Oh, it's whatever.
You
You
guys
start messaging people. I was like, what the hell?
is,
Oh, that's right. My new rifle. I'll be back.
Ooh, got a new gun.
Fancy.
What the fuck?
So Grover, why did you go with the Bushnell scope that you had?
It was I literally put one. I wanted to get rid of my Colt upper, just the M4 upper. So I posted it and I was like, $700 or the only traits I consider are optics and mounting hardware.
Guys, I'm gonna be back in a
That's
minute.
what a guy had. And then I looked at the reviews and like everybody on the other seems to like that scope because it's cheap and it works. So I was like, fuck it, yeah, sure. The guy I got that scope, the pepper mount, and $175. So I was happy.
Oh, you got the $175.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes a lot more sense then. I thought you gave him your upper and $175 for the
Fuck
scope.
no.
I was
no.
really confused because that's like $800 territory. I was fucking...
Well, no, technically that upper, I don't know exactly how much was worth. I posted it up like a month ago, like a month and a half ago for $750. I got no bites, and every week I take $25 off it. And when it was down to $650, somebody finally bought it.
Yeah, that's the Colt one. I Run Guns had Colt ones with no handguard for $3.99 US the other day.
Yeah, I seen those. I think they still have them. I was
What's
talking
that
about
in
getting
Canada?
one.
No, they're out of stock, or I might
they
have bought
are?
one actually.
What's that in
What
Canada?
are you attaching to the ass end of what looked to me to be a number 1 Mark III?
A bayonet.
Was I right though? Is it a number 1 Mark III?
Yeah. It's a long
Yeah.
branch.
It's pretty good from that tiny thumbnail with his shitty webcam camera.
Yeah, it's a long branch. I got one finally.
I'm sorry, a number 1 Mark III? No, that is a
I think
number
it's a
4
Mark
Mark II.
Oh, it's Mark II? No, it
I saw
is. The stuff on the top here, it's mostly refurbished on the top, so it's hard to tell. A little bit.
Yeah, no, I thought I saw it. Number 1 Mark IIIs are flush at the end. Number 4 Mark Is and Mark IIs are not flush at the end with the wood. There's a bit protruding there. So the Long Branch never made a number 1 Mark III. They only made number 4 Mark I and number 4 Mark II, and I think the number 5 Mark I as well, the Jungle Carbine.
You won't be able to see it, but it says branch on the side very lightly there. But my guess is that this thing must have really beaten up, so I had to get refurbished. I assume so. At least hope so.
How's the barrel on it?
The barrel's great. Oh yeah, it's like pristine inside.
Nice.
Nice.
What might have happened is someone might have just refinished it after the war,
Or that.
just to give it a more sturdy finish.
Yeah, that's what the guy said at Canada Gun Nuts. You see, I was like
Yeah.
Canada Gun Nuts for like a week, and I bought this already.
Yeah, my Enfield too.
Welcome to the party,
Sporterized,
pal.
but,
It's only going down from here.
Yeah, my Enfield Sporterized, but the same thing happened. Some guy refinished it with what looks to me to be like some sort of oxidized coating, like parkerization kind of thing. When you look at it, it's really hard to tell, like to look at any of the stamps on the side there. But mine's a number 4 Mark I from, I'm pretty sure it's Fazakerley 42.
Yeah, mine. It says branch on the side here. You can see it faintly, but I won't be able to show you guys. You need lots of light there. But it says branch though, so I'm happy I got a long branch. That's the main thing.
Yep.
I have a Kui Model E2, a long branch, and my long branch shotgun. So 3 Canadian-made guns. It's pretty cool. Now, the only thing though, it was a factory that the stuff was produced in during the war. Our factory was in Long Branch,
Long
Ontario.
Branch means?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Okay, what it is it's the factory that produced Enfields here in Canada. It was in Toronto, just the border between Toronto and Mississauga. So
Yeah, do you hear me? I lost it.
yeah.
Oh,
getting a Long Branch Enfield is like the best Enfield for Canadians to get because it was made here.
yeah, exactly. So that's why I wanted a Long Branch, but I'm so happy I got this. I only paid $5.80 for this with shipping, so I was pretty happy with that.
Okay, so I have from 6.8 grains to 7.5 grains to play with, and I am spitting out 7.1.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Are you reloading 38s or are you loading 357?
Display my face. Fix the camera on me.
There you go.
There it is. That's what I'm playing with.
125.
357 from 6.8 grains of tight group up to 7.5, and I am either in 7.1 or 7.2 territory. And I can only go on by point once. So
That's the sound of that going way over my head.
now just look at the screen, Andrew. It's
Lots.
not that
Yeah,
difficult
yeah.
to figure
Put
out.
lots. All the powder that you can get in there for max.
Should I go up to 7.5 right off the bat? Just fuck it.
Damn fucking straight. That's a 357. You go to
Okay,
your
what do
pussy
you
loads
think,
for your
Jagger?
38.
I'll defer to the guy that's actually fucked around with 357.
I have. I've reloaded 357 and
Shut up,
38.
Adriel. I don't care what you think.
No, if you want to shoot cheap, you shoot 38 and you shoot 38 loads. If you want to shoot 357, you shoot 357. You make it like strong.
Okay,
Get shit
so
rolling.
I'll fuck around with the dial here on my powder thrower, and I'll do that. I'm gonna get 7.5 out of this, and it's gonna be poppin'!
It's popping.
Poppin'.
Do you
I'm
guys
trying to find a
know?
post on CGN and I can't find it.
Do you guys know if True North Arms has front sight adjustment tools anywhere? I haven't seen
Or
them
what?
for ARs, obviously.
Why do you need a front adjustment tool?
Technically, you can just use a bullet, but I bought this from Flaherty's.
Oh, can you use a bullet? How do you fucking adjust this?
Technically, you can poke a bullet in the front sight,
Yeah,
and
you just
if
put
it's a
water
standard,
Yeah, that's what I did with mine.
if it's a standard whatever the dick front sight, you can just pop a bullet in the fucking thing and adjust it.
Hmm.
Hold on, I have a question. Janitor Pants, what was that thing you told Andrew about with the reloading stuff? I forgot. Told him to buy
Which-
something else with the reloading kit? Or somebody told
That
him?
was Adriel.
Oh, Adrian?
Dies and so like dies for whatever bullet you want to reload with, as far as I
Yeah.
understand, and also a case length gauge is what Adriel
That's
just suggested tonight. Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
it's Adrian, sorry.
A length gauge? What's a length gauge?
It
Well,
gauges the length.
It's
Like
a
a-
pilot.
like
You
Here,
There
can
you
you
go.
link that?
trim them out.
Link that.
Like this?
No, like a thing I'll link to you now. Hold on.
Alright.
It's the less ghetto version of that, Crover. You pay money for something that's supposedly the length of the thing to use it as a gauge.
Yeah. I think I saw that thing. It's like a chart in, right? Like
It's apparently a thing that you actually put in it, in the case.
That thing. It's somehow, for some reason, I got redirected to that page on this page for the Hangout. But anyway, that thing.
Apparently, it.
Huh.
Yeah,
all right. I mean, if you
I'd just be lazy like Crover and use a micrometer.
Like, honestly, unless you're like completely fucking like you got like super ghetto. Actually, no. If you're really making your brass from 223 or 556, I guess that might be actually make sense for you to get that.
Yeah, I'd like to be mildly specific. You know, I don't want to fuck around too much.
What's the percentage on this motherfucker? 16.7.
Alright, thanks.
Oh yeah, Adriel, I was gonna say thanks for the recommendation on the Dirt Deep Angle foregrip. It is actually Magpul. Like you look at it, it actually says Magpul on it, and it actually feels pretty sturdy.
Oh, mine didn't come in yet. Mine must have got caught at the border.
Yeah, it was sweet though. I mean, I got it, and it came from a package like direct address from this guy's full name in China, like whatever business park in like Hong Kong. And so I open it up, and it's literally just a Magpul angle foregrip that they sell for $50 on like Cabela's website, and it actually says Magpul on it. Like it's literally the same die. There was no problems with the edges or anything. I'll show you next week. I got it on my.
No,
on my
I
22.
gotta believe that the plastic or the mold is different. I gotta
I-
believe that it's a little
Hold
bit
on.
different for the price.
Where's my? I have a picture. Hold on, 1 second.
I'm
Actually, it
pretty
looks
sure
exactly like
you
an
got a
angle grip,
knockoff
dude.
Magpul foregrip. I'm pretty sure it's what you got.
Well, yeah, it's a knockoff. I'm just wondering more about the quality of it, whether it's like
It's
it's kind of close to Magpul or whether it's a total piece of shit. And
I've never held Magpul, but I held it in my hands like this, and I flexed it. It doesn't flex at all. I tried to flex it. It doesn't move. It doesn't crack. Nothing. I tried to break it just to see if I could, and nothing happened. But I haven't held Magpul in my hand, so I think they literally stole the dies from the Magpul one and used decent plastic.
Well, I got both, so I'll take a look and compare the two.
I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but I'll try and show you. Maybe you can see it says Magpul
man,
right there.
If you put it on Reddit or on Imgur, we could see it a little better.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is quicker, but yeah, I'll put it on Imager. Hold on. Hold
How
on.
do you pronounce that?
You could just screen share the picture when you have it up too.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
he
it's
has it uploaded
Imager.
on his phone. He sent it to me on his phone.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm gonna email it to myself.
You can go to Imager and upload it from your fucking phone.
Yeah, well, fuck mobile Imager. Hold on now. I'll do that.
What the fuck? It actually works. I use it.
Just
Yeah, it
ignore
works
them
great.
asking you to install the app.
I use the app. It
The app
actually
don't.
works.
is good too. It just, you open the app up, click
I don't.
upload.
I ignore them because I don't care to install their app, and I just upload it from their fucking website, and it works just fine.
I use the
Yeah, it
app
does,
because
but, you
the app
know-
works really good for loading GIFs and shit. If somebody doesn't put in .giphy, you can like click on open the browser and then it'll.
I actually find my phone doesn't like Giphies sometimes.
Your mom
Yeah.
doesn't like Giphy.
I think it's the app, the
Oh,
Reddit
Lord
app
save
too.
you there. Well, that depends on which one you're using. I noticed Reddit is fun doesn't like Giphies, like the GFYs files.
Sometimes though.
I just
Yeah.
use the
I don't have
internet web browser on the Samsung shit dick. I use the internet web browser,
Well,
and it
why don't
doesn't
you
like
use Chrome,
Giphies.
Goddamn pleb.
Chrome is
Oh.
what I use for porn.
I'm pretty sure my
I
internet.
use the Internet Explorer, the internet standard shit for all that. That Samsung one, like I was with that garbage one.
It is.
Yo,
garbage.
Andrew, scan your phone screen, print that out, and fax it to me. Pterodactyl Hunter.
This is fucking taking forever.
Puts his phone on the fucking scanner, fax.
Yeah, this fucking Ray Jesus, man. I'm gonna be done reloading by the time you upload that stupid shit.
Yeah, whatever.
Here, I'll
Okay,
use some of this downtime to make fun of Grover. See,
Ha,
you were
ha, ha.
complaining about your not being able to hit your tack latch. It's because you have to reload it right way. You don't actually grab it like this, man. You got to just grab the side. It's so fucking
Well,
easy.
yeah, but fuck you.
Also, Covert,
You can even do it
I wear
left-handed.
because there's no
It's
there's
not
no
even
ring
that
on it
bad.
because you can't take the thing apart anyway.
Nah. Fuck you. Hey, Bayonet.
I love how small this bayonet they used to use.
It's
Fuck,
just
I
a
think
little
it's
pokey stick. It's a
I
pokey
know
stick.
the British and the Canadians use and the
The fucking
Commonwealth
pig
people.
sticker.
The only thing I
But-
don't like
but
about this
there's
upper
some-
is it has no bayonet lock.
But there's some benefits though, you know, especially in the war. You can have this on your pocket, carry around with you. It's not as heavy, you know, like the Mosin or the Swiss. The Swiss is like a short sword.
Yeah, and you can use it to make a
No,
fucking kebab over your
I've
campfire.
had a K31 bayonet.
Isn't
It's
that
not
true?
that bad.
Hey,
No,
could
I
you,
don't know. I think they're pretty big compared to like it's a two-sided blade, man. It's pretty devastating.
could you use a Mosin with a bayonet as a primitive weapon hunting in Alberta?
Throw your Mosin at the fucking bear.
Just put a round in it
Fuck you,
too, so when
bear!
it hits the bear, the gun goes off.
Just tie a string to like some like plunger next to the bayonet, so that as soon as it takes, it goes off.
I guess if you're really, really into spear hunting, you can make it happen one way or the other.
Like that bear's going down, even if I don't stick it in the right place. Okay.
Ah, boom.
My shit is spitting out 7.4 grains of tight group. Let's start reloading. Woo! I promise I'll try not to blow myself up, even if that doesn't mean
Don't
anything
make
right.
promises you know you can't keep.
Shut up.
Okay, so I'm at ass is ready, but like if I go reload like 303 Swiss, 7.5 Swiss, and like
Honestly,
Those
it's not.
SKS
It's
rounds.
not worth reloading 7.5 Swiss.
yeah, it is because the brass is fucking expensive. So
But you
I
can't
need to.
buy brass.
yeah, you
I mean-
can. I have brass rounds for the Swiss. I have
Where did
modern
you get that
manufa-
brass? Is it new manufactured?
Yeah,
oh,
I
dude,
did.
the GP11 is brass cased.
Yeah,
Dude, it's Bird and Prime.
Yeah, it's Berdan.
I'm trying
Well,
to
stop
explain.
being such a pansy and drill one hole in the middle of it.
I'm trying to explain those. Is that the brass rounds are used for hunting again? I want to make it into hunting round. So
Uh,
I'm trying. What?
So you're gonna buy like a 20-pack of Federal 7.5 Swiss and just reload that brass?
It's not federal. I already used 60 rounds anyway, so it doesn't matter. But anyways, the point is that what kind of die can I use for like?
Oh, you know, what'd be badass is just to like don't even use any dies. Just get that GP11 stuff, pull the bullets, and replace with a hunting bullet of equal weight.
You can do
would
that?
work.
You
Really?
already got the
Yeah.
powder in there. It's already like an accurate round. You just need to put a hunting bullet in there, right?
Yeah,
But you'd have to check the ballistics because, you know, it's an accurate round as is, but if you put like a different weight or something.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it'll change it. Or you could take the military ones and carve an X into it. I saw that in a movie once.
Oh yeah.
Drill a hole in the front. There you go.
So,
Or
Still
take a
hollow.
hacksaw and saw the front of the bullet
That's
off.
always the solution. Grab a Dremel.
so guys, I've got the pictures finally. So, if you
God,
want to,
that took forever. Jesus.
yeah, because for some reason the link's messed up. For some reason the
doesn't
link's messed up
surprise me.
before. Am I screen sharing right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
You are.
Okay, cool. So this is the Magpul. You can see Magpul division right there.
That's what you're wondering. No, you're not actually
Oh.
screen sharing your desktop.
We're not.
Right
We
now.
just,
Okay.
you just look really happy.
Yes, I did it, guys.
So how do I screen share?
Okay.
Oh.
Don't worry
Arrow on
about
the
it.
side.
Don't worry about it. Here, there's
There we
this,
go, okay. Yeah, present to Adriel.
yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's better at this than I am. So yeah, this is Magpul division.
Yeah, that's not Magpul.
That's not right at all.
I'm well
That
aware
is-
it's not Magpul.
That is so fake pull.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I paid $5 for it. Come on.
No, no, it's not spelled Magpul. It's spelled M-E-G. Magpul.
Big pool. PS
Magpul.
division.
It's like when you
eh?
get a Rolex to spell with 2 L's.
Wait,
Um,
it's not?
And I also, I don't know if I sent. Let me send you the link of it on my Super Uber Operator 22.
Okay, I might be spitting 7.3, but whatever.
Oh
Okay,
no.
Close enough.
Close enough.
And there's my Super Duper 22.
It actually, like, honest to God, I kind of like the look of it.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty neat. I mean, you know.
Let's share that thing. And there we go.
Oh my god, it's an HKG 36, guys.
Holy shit! Are you man to Iraq with you? Wow.
If you brought it to
Oh, did you
Iraq,
guys
it'd probably
hear about
melt.
that? Like, I can't remember.
Probably
what it was.
not.
I
Probably
think
won't
Germany
know.
sold a bunch of G-36s to like Kurdish fighters, fighting in Syria or something like that. And then what ended up happening was they stopped getting paid, so they started selling their G-36s.
Sounds like a smart thing
I'm
to do.
surprised they didn't melt before they got to that point. HK, because you suck and we hate you.
Really, those guys are fun.
Fun.
More
Now-
powder,
Pistols,
more
though.
powder.
I like FNs. So. Only wish that their stuff was more available and cheaper, but.
Yeah, right. Cheaper FN. Nope.
Oh, you came on a little bit late, so you might not have seen my my new FN pistol accessory that I've got here, right?
Oh, I did not see that.
Neither did I. Well, that's something.
Yeah, I got a 3D printer, so you know.
How
I
much
gotta make
time
some
did
stuff
you?
for it.
How much time did you waste on making that?
It took about 4 hours to print, and it took. I had to learn some 3D stuff to like make these two like close enough where they would like print together. And
You know,
kinda,
I'm
like,
telling you, you should have taken the size off of it or something. I made it a little cleaner, but whatever.
So you're gonna like load that up your butt or something?
No,
No,
this is
what
where
are
the
you talking
enemy
about? That's
shove it up
gay.
their ass,
That's
right?
gay. Why are you saying that?
What's
It looks
gay
like a-
about
it
this?
looks like a
There's
butt
nothing
plug.
gay about this whatsoever. Come on, guys. What is this? Come on.
Weekend
gonna-
mod quality. I convinced Adriel to post that on fucking Weekend Gunner.
It got nowhere too.
The art of shit posting is a delicate art.
Yeah.
Like I posted like a comic I found on R Funny, and then somebody was like, "You didn't even Photoshop the ATF onto it," and then somebody, as a joke, Photoshopped ATF onto the comic in my post, and then I stole the link and reposted the other one. It's on my fucking thing if you want to look at it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, the art of the shitpost. Speaking of shitpost, what's the top post of this week?
There you go. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Not shit posts, actually.
It wasn't the shitpost? Oh, Pterodactyl Hunter, get on it, man. He's the shitpost master.
Top post from this week is Alberta teen shoots sword-wielding ATV driver after dogfight. It's a mouthful.
It's Alberta,
It is a shit
and
post.
it's Alberta, and it happened in a reserve, so
What the hell happened in that one? I never actually read that article.
I've heard a couple of different accounts. From what I heard is the person that shot knew the people in the car, knew that were criminals. The people that were in the car either had a flat or they were just there up to no good. That's like
that's a different one. You're talking about the self-defense shooting, which.
He's talking about the guy shooting the guy on the ATV with a sword.
Carry on. I have no
We've
idea
got
what I'm talking
multiple of those stories here in Alberta. No, this one was here. I'll just read a little bit of it. Police determined a 34-year-old man had been driving a side-by-side ATV through someone's property when his dog got into an altercation with two of the property owner's dogs. The 34-year-old tried to defend his dog by pulling a sword from his ATV, as you will. A 17-year-old then appeared and shot him in the leg with a shotgun.
Whoa.
Because
I don't think he
everybody
had much
carries
of
a
a leg
sword
left.
on their ATV. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously.
you like how like the escalation went there. Dog versus sword versus gun.
No. It's ATV versus dog, dog versus dog, dog versus sword, sword versus versus shotgun. There you go.
Never bring a knife to a gunfight.
The headline of that fucking article made it sound like this guy was just wielding a sword trying to chop this dude's head off and he just shot him.
Also, the other one, if you want to talk about that one, with the 5 people pulled up on the guy's property with a flat tire. You know.
Yeah, I don't think we've got the straight goods on that one just yet. So
No, fair.
Yeah,
fair.
nobody seems to know exactly what happened. The cops are not letting it out.
The
No,
thing about
and-
that is, sorry.
people are like it's a racial issue. So
I
people
don't-
on both sides are just gonna throw their own ideas at it, and we won't know until the cops are done with this thing what actually happened.
I don't know why it's become I know why it's become a racial issue. I just wish it hadn't. You know what I mean? Like, anytime that like an Aboriginal person's involved in anything, it has to be about it has to be this. Like, I mean,
Well,
sure, there's
Tell that
probably
to the people that burned down Milwaukee.
yeah, okay, but you know what I'm saying? It's like it tends even when it's not, it's made out to be, and that's what happens a lot in the media these days for some reason. I don't know why. I just wish it didn't. You know, not
wish the
everything is.
media- You wish the media was biased and done their job? No.
Too bad.
But I
they
mean,
are.
like, for some reason, everything has to be about identity. Anyway, I could talk about that all day.
He
What
didn't do
else is
nothing.
there?
He didn't do nothing. He was a good boy.
Didn't do nothing. Was a good boy. Stole a car. Had a stolen gun. Good boy.
Here's the next top post. This is
Yeah, shit, bro.
the U Kroger's sellers page.
Yeah, there you go. That is
It's pretty normal. Yeah.
Can we show that on YouTube? Can we show that on YouTube?
Too late.
Too late.
It's done now.
Next we've got what is this?
60 people that view this show going to report us?
Adipose is going to report it. He watched this one episode at this one moment, and he saw that. He's like, yes, I can finally take the Kroger down.
The next one here we have is Canada Ammo. Since you like that caliber, would you consider 223, 50 Group 5 grain FMJ out of stock?
So maybe
Let's
that
try
kind of
that.
price on state. Well, I guess it's
Not very high
Steel.
rated shit this week, eh?
Yeah,
No,
nothing
it's
I wouldn't
not.
buy
It's
this.
only
Caught on fire and
50.
really
Yeah, there was no
fancy.
super shit post or anything.
Oh,
Actually-
the Marstar
actually,
removed from
There was
CGN.
actual news.
Yeah.
Fucking Marstar went bye-bye.
Yep. Finally.
Good
Hey.
fucking riddance, you.
Well,
Well,
ones to
they're
actually be
not
above
gone,
the
they're
low.
just off
Yeah.
CGN. It doesn't mean
Yeah.
they've gone bankrupt.
They're
Oh, I
still
wish they went
business.
bankrupt.
They're just no longer a CGN sponsor or whatever. Do
Mhm.
you guys know, did they pull it or did CGN kick them off?
I have no idea, and as far as CGN's not going to say anything.
There was one post officially from a admin in a page in a thread asking where the hell they went, and it was like it was something like, it was super big. It was like a decision was made and they are no longer on the site. Like, they didn't say that they pulled it, and they didn't say that they pulled out. It's just, yeah, they were no longer on the site.
Yeah, and one of the admins had done a breakdown of one of the rifles, and there are 3 of them, and taken pictures of them and shown like the horrible bolt lug engagement that they had, and they had been forced to.
Pause and recap exactly what this is.
Do you want to recap what happened with this whole shit?
I mean, yeah, why the fuck not? What?
Okay,
you want to keep
Marstar.
talking about dildos? I'm up. I'll go grab one.
Okay. Marstar advertised that they had some 308 Garands that were authentic Italian military surplus, if I'm not mistaken. So a bunch of people bought them for $1,600 fucking dollars. Well, big fucking surprise! Marstar delivers these fucking things, and they're full of shit. The tolerances were liquid ass. The fucking bolts didn't lock up properly. Some of them seemed to have evidence of them being shaved. There were proof marks from Germany that people
shaved and welded back together.
And welded back together. There were evidence that the proof marks from Germany were falsified, as well as other various proof marks. So basically, this is a massive shit fest. Then Marstar's supposedly ironclad warranty. They were originally threatening not to give people a reimbursement on their shipping fees, which is apparently in their policy. After a 100-and-something page thread on CGN's Milsurp section, with numerous CGN moderators chiming in with their own criticisms of Marstar's supposedly authentic rifles, Marstar was eventually removed as a CGN-sponsored website.
We don't know if they got removed. We just know that they're no longer on
They are no longer a CGN sponsor. Yeah.
You probably did get removed. Just don't want to admit it.
Well, considering John is a giant asshole.
Yeah, that guy is a complete and utter bag of dicks.
I was at the gun store, and that guy...
Oh, I think Sergeant just saw it. Sergeant just saw the fucking JB Will grinded bolt head.
No. I just seen a for sale 1919 A4 machine gun.
What?
On CGN.
Browning?
Yeah.
Link this, please?
No, don't get excited, folks. It's probably one of those chopped down semi-auto rebuilds.
Well, yeah, it's a rebuilt semi-auto, but...
Yeah, if you really feel like blasting off 30-06, a buck a pop on a belt.
Can someone just screen share? Because A for the viewers and B for me.
I'm on it. Just give me 1 second.
$5,800. It is this motherfucker.
There we go. All right, let's present that guy.
I was like the NG34s are like $4,000, aren't they?
Yeah,
2 times 250 round cloth belts, TNE mount, and hard plastic case. What plastic case even fits that fucking thing?
Apparently he's got one.
He clearly has one.
Fuck me.
Don't those belt-fed guns don't the belts have to be like 5 rounds?
No, as long as the belt is not a reproduction.
Shut up, everybody! Before everybody starts yelling.
As long as the belt is not a reproduction and was manufactured prior to 1946.
There.
Really? So you can have like a full wow.
Yep. You can load 250 rounds of 308 in there and go to fucking town.
Or 30-06.
The 30-06 Sergeant.
I'm not going to spend $5,000 on a gun right now, but yeah, if I had $5,000 to throw around, yeah.
If you want to waste even more money, buy the MG34s and MG42s they sell.
I would buy. Exactly.
Because then you got 8 mil in that motherfucker, and that's
you have to make every round in the 250 round belt.
Fuck me. He's got one picture has another one over to the side. Holy shit.
I've got my reaction when you shoot the new T12 Garand from R-Star. This is shared in the IRC.
Terra Hunter did make a shit post. I'm sorry, Terra.
What happened with that one?
Catastrophic failure, silly.
The whole thing just exploded.
It exploded.
Speaking of shitty CGN things, I found this this interesting fucking full screen 2 here. This interesting shitty ass Makarov for sale on CGN.
$1,500 Makarov.
Am I sharing here? Yeah, I'm sharing here. Okay, it's a $1,500 Makarov. So the guy claims featured here original military surplus Makarov with a 4.2-inch threaded barrel. I decided to look into this. So you see right here, there's a 10 in a circle. This is a Bulgarian Makarov. It's not even Russian. These things go for like $300 in America.
Somebody
as I can
decided
tell-
to create, import it, and double their money.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, none of these things came from the factory with a threaded barrel. At least not an external threaded barrel. Russia invented a Makarov that had an internally threaded barrel for an internal suppressor. So what this fucker did, what it seems like he did, I'm not going to accuse him directly, what it seems like he did is he bought one of these things in the States, had him put a 4.2-inch threaded barrel on the fucking thing, exported it to Canada, and he's trying to, like, triple his fucking money on the stupid thing. Because
What?
there's no way this is an authentic barrel.
But is it a 9mm Makarov?
That's a good question, because a lot of the threaded barrels in the States are actually in 380 ACP. He does not explicitly state what caliber this Makarov is in, is the interesting thing. He says...
So not only is he trying to, I mean, allegedly, isn't he allegedly trying to scam people? He won't even specifically tell if when they buy 9x19 Makarov, it's not going to blow up.
Well,
Also, buyer pays shipping.
for $1,500, buyer pays shipping, yeah.
Because fuck you.
What is this, the guy from Marstar?
No, this is some
I'm
other
joking,
dude
I'm
on
joking.
CGN. I probably shouldn't show his name too hard there, but yeah, this is honestly
Yeah, who cares?
one of the worst deals I think I've seen in a while here. $1,500 for a Bulgarian Makarov. Like, he's not technically wrong that it's authentic military surplus, like Bulgaria probably did issue these pistols to their army. It's just not Russian. He doesn't specify that, so he's not lying, he's just not telling the whole truth.
It's
And
lying
with a
by omission.
4.2-inch and with a 4.2-inch barrel there, I still don't think this is an authentic barrel, but that's just my unprofessional opinion.
No, the best and worst CGN deal I ever saw
Yeah.
was
I'm screenshot, you fuck! Oh god, there we go.
the worst CGN deal that I ever saw that was totally not a scam was I think somebody had it had like Milsurp sale, and it was a Mosin, an M44, and an SVT for $700. And this was like maybe 3 months ago, or like earlier in the year, like in March.
I think I remember you talking about this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I think I do too.
who the fuck is like, whoa? But yeah, the thing was, like, I messaged the guy, and the guy was like, yeah, just send me an EMT. I'll get these out the door right now. I was like, dude, hold up. I want pictures. I need to see bolt faces. I need to see proof marks. I need to see serial numbers. I need to see bayonets. I want a picture of everything in one picture with your license. The guy's like, nope.
Ha.
Not gonna do it. And I was like, bye. 'Cause
That
I was the
reminds me,
first one.
I was browsing used Firearms Canada for a revolver a while ago, and I saw at the very end of the list a deal that is phenomenal. Colt Python revolver, $900.
Oh
so-
yeah.
So I click on the advertisement here,
I
and
think I remember. I think I was in IRC when you
yeah,
sent me that
yeah.
link.
So I click on the ad, and I check it out here, and he says, yeah, Colt Python, 6-inch, whatever, will ship to any state in the U.S. or Canada. And right there, if the $900 price tag on the Python was not enough of an indication this is a scam, shipping to any state in the U.S. or Canada is pretty obvious that this is not a legitimate offer for a Colt Python.
Yeah.
What do they normally go for, Pythons?
No less than
Python?
$1,700. Like $1,700 is a good
Where
deal.
did you see a Python for $1,700? I'll
It was
buy
about
right
2 years ago on CGN.
Yeah, no, you're talking 2-year-old prices. By the
Yeah,
way,
2 year.
Andrew,
Nowadays,
Pythons now are not under $3,000, and they
I've seen some for
generally go over
$2,400.
No,
I've seen
it's
some on
three-
CGN for $2,400.
If they did, they're idiots because they just lost out on like $600.
Yeah, well, I've seen them for sale there. I just can't afford it. But yeah, $2,400. I think there's 2 or 3 of them up on CGN for that right now.
Colt Python's that much money? Holy shit.
It's purely because of The Walking Dead.
Colt is expensive as balls for their revolvers. Like, it's honestly not worth it. Just buy a fucking Smith & Wesson.
Yep.
Speaking of, I went and fondled some fucking wheel gats yesterday at
There you go.
Alflary's. Yeah,
Round,
perfect
round,
segue
round,
into that
merry
bullshit.
go gat, merry go gat, merry go
Yeah,
gat.
so what I realized is I want either a Ruger or a Smith & Wesson. It doesn't really matter what Smith & Wesson, but for Ruger, it's the GP100 because the SP101 is only 5-shot, and I am insistent on getting 6. Not one more, not one less. 6 shots in my wheelgat.
Why not 7 or 8, pleb?
Because I'm a dirty fucking fud. I want 6 shots in my 6-shooter.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. You should get a Smith & Wesson Governor. You have a shotgun get.
No.
No, you
So
need to
anyway,
go see the trap
I
with
go.
that, man. Stand on top of the trap house.
I go into Clarity's and I asked to see because I know they got a GP100 and a 686. So I asked, can I see these two here? They pull me out the 686, but they also get out a GP100 Match Champion, not the standard GP100, the Match Champion model, which is the higher end GP100. They actually.
So can you outline the differences between those guys?
So the Match Champion is actually specifically built for IDPA revolver division. It has some fancy company sights on it. I don't remember the company, but apparently they're a really big company in revolver sights. And they have a stainless steel finish, wood grips, like flat side on the barrel there, half lug on it. And Ruger has tuned the trigger to actually be lighter and a lot smoother, actually, in both single and double action. So compared to both the Smith and the GP100 standard. So the champion match, I got the chance to dry fire in single and in double. I'm thoroughly impressed with this double. It's actually surprisingly light and very smooth. The grip seemed to fit me better. With the Smith & Wesson, I actually had to adjust my grip 3 times before I could get my finger in the trigger guard comfortably to dry fire the gun. Whereas the Ruger, I just picked it up and it was right there.
What grips did the Smith have?
The Smith had the Hogue plastic grips, the standard ones it comes with.
No.
I'd be getting wood, like 100%. I want the wood, no matter what Smith.
Let me just pause you right there and tell you that while the wood looks and feels fucking amazing, while it looks fucking amazing, it kind of feels like you're holding onto like an elephant trunk.
Oh, I know it slides. I fired a 44
it's not
with
really
wood
slide,
grips.
it's just way too girthy towards the bottom. And yes, I mean it.
I think it's honestly part of it is the looks. I want this gun for the looks, and the wood looks beautiful.
The wood on 686s does look beautiful.
Yeah,
So
but
what you're saying is it's flared at the base. Is what you're saying?
It is flared.
it is actually, yeah.
It actually
But so comparing it just to the Smith & Wesson, the 686 or the GP100 Match is a it's a better gun. It's tuned for IDPA, so it's got the lighter trigger pulls there. It's honestly just a couple bucks more at Flaherty's, like $80 more or so compared to the $80 or $100 something. It's a bit more compared to the 686. But if you're looking for a factory new, I'd recommend it.
Sergeant,
and I can say that.
Sergeant, if you're there, your mic is doing something fucky. There you go.
Okay, he muted himself. But the reason I say this is that I'm no longer looking to buy the Match Champion. And Flaherty's actually has the lowest price in the country for it. I checked when I got home. Aside from iRun Guns, if you're willing to wait to have it exported from the United States, because they have it on sale for like $760 something US, which translates to $960 Canadian plus shipping and taxes. But yeah. Anyway, I looked at it and I went, you know what? It's a really nice gun. It's really consistent. It's built for IDPA. I don't need that right now. I'm looking to buy a nice fucking 327 to fuck around with at the range here. And if I want to make it into an IDPA gun, I can do that later by tuning the fucking thing. Considering this gun costs $1,080 something at Flaherty's new for the Match Champion, it's an unnecessary expenditure. When I saw a used GP100 for $600, and I just messaged some guy about a used Smith & Wesson 19 for the same price. Realistically, it's a nice gun if you're looking to do exactly that and get a gun tuned for it from the factory. But that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a nice fuck-around revolver at the range for the time being. And I honestly think just anything with a 4.2 or a 6-inch barrel is going to be fine for that. So that's why I've gone back to looking in the used market, and that's why I can go and say, if you're looking for a factory gun for doing competition shooting, the GP100 Match is a fantastic option there, and Flaherty's has it for the cheapest price in the Flaherty's or iRun Guns if you're willing to wait, but Flaherty's if you're not. They got it cheapest price in the whole country. And I would prefer that over the 686 because the trigger was already tuned. Whereas on the 686, you have to tune that trigger yourself. It's not impossible, but it's some extra work that I'm too lazy to do.
So I may not have been paying enough attention to hear this. Why do you want this again?
I've wanted a 357 for a while. Like when I bought my SIG, I literally went to Target Sports. I shot the SIG 226 and the Smith & Wesson 686 because I was debating between the two of them. And I've wanted the Smith & Wesson for pretty much just as long. I just decided the SIG would have more utility for IPSC if I want to get into that in the future, or basically any kind of competitive shooting except maybe PPC. But I always wanted the nice 6-shooter 327 because I fucking love they're fantastic. I love them. So at this point, it's like I just want to buy myself that 6-shooter that I've wanted for the last 3 years.
Well, then
so,
why don't you just get the 686 and don't whine about the trigger? Because let me tell you this: 99% of the time that you're gonna shoot that Marigogat, you're gonna go single action. And
Marigogat.
you cannot beat the single stage trigger or the single action trigger on this Smith & Wesson.
The single action between the two of them was actually very similar. But the thing is, if you do get into competition, every competition shooter shoots double action only on a revolver because it's faster. When you get you get used to the double action.
Are you really, like, I'm just asking you because I know it's gonna save you money and the 686 just looks the tits. Are you really gonna compete in revolver shooting?
I don't know at this point, but I'd like that possibility. But that's why I'm not buying the match. That's why I'm not buying the match champion. I realized I don't need that now, and if I get something else, I can tune it to that point if I decide I want to get into that. That's why I'm not buying the match champion. I messaged a guy about a Model 29, and if that doesn't go through, I've seen a GP100, just a standard blue GP100 for $600 for sale. So I'm thinking if that doesn't go through by the time I hopefully sell my motorcycle tomorrow, because the guy told me he wants it, and I know the guy, so he's not just bullshitting me to say that and leave. If that sale goes through, I'm looking to buy a revolver by the end of the week. And if like the GP1,
and then you get to make food for it.
Actually, there's a guy selling local Toronto 1,000 rounds.
I made food for my gat. I made food for my gat.
What am I looking at there?
357.
Finished,
Oh, cool.
357. Goodness. Oh, yeah.
357.
Question: are there any like just regular pistols that shoot 357, not a revolver, but like
Desert Eagle.
Desert Eagle.
Yeah.
Some company
Yeah.
made a 1911 in 357 Magnum.
I think they're actually for
Coonan.
sale on Wenstalls right now.
Yeah, Coonan, I think, is a company. They made a 357 1911. It's hilarious.
not that I
Fucking
want. I'm just
awesome, that's
curious.
what it is.
It actually looked kind of interesting. It'd be pretty fucking powerful 1911. That's
I was
But-
thinking
but
about getting a Colt Delta Elite just cuz.
In 10 mil?
Oh, yeah. 10
I want one of
millimeter,
those.
best centimeter.
I'm trying to find one of those ones that comes with the. Like, they have some that come with the mini red dot on the top.
But
Trying to find
yeah.
one.
With this, I'm looking to get the Marigogat, and then there's a guy local Toronto selling 357 for a real good price, but he's only willing to do a GTA sale. So I've already seen that. I'm waiting for
Reloads because Mango
factory
Buster, you know how that-
PMC, 1,000 rounds of PMC, the same shit Canada Ammo's selling. I'm just waiting for them to drop the price basically one more time, and I'm gonna buy it because I know what the next price drop's gonna be if he actually does drop it. And I'm basically waiting for that, and then I'm probably gonna pick that up because it'll be 1,000 rounds, a 158 grain, 357 soft lead round nose.
Yeah,
How much?
lead is for plebs. Copper jacket all the way. Yeah.
Well, that's why I said lead round nose. It's a copper jacket. It's just got lead on the fucking tip.
Oh, okay. Fuck you.
But yeah, it's I'm waiting for him to drop the price to $500 for 1,000 rounds.
Jesus, is that what it costs? 50 cents a round?
Yeah, 357.
Dude, that's
is up to
cheap for
357.
357.
Yeah.
Canada
I just
Ammo
really
is selling
Yeah.
the same shit for $568 plus taxes, whereas this guy is at $500 for 357. And I mean, 38 special. Best price I can find is about $430 on that shit. So I'd rather buy the full power stuff.
It's kind of annoying because the prices between 38 special and 57 are basically negligible between the two of them. You just get 38 so that you can shoot your 357 more.
I'm gonna shoot the 327 with the fucking full power shit more when I can afford it. They're like, fuck it, why the hell not?
This shit is literally 0.2 grains away from being
There it is.
maximal load for tight grip. Maximum load. That should be like the name of my superhero.
Does anyone know where I can buy a surplusly Enfield sling?
TradeX might have some.
CGN.
Check TradeX.
TradeX? Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, TradeX has a variety of shit that is just crazy. Yeah, there it is. Andrew, somebody, Sergeant just linked 357 semi-auto.
Cool.
The Kuhn 357, yep.
Cool.
How much does this motherfucker cost anyway? Like
Let's
shitloads?
see, it looks like it's coming in. Yeah, it's not in yet. It's coming in.
I swore they were in the fucking country already.
Walnut
No.
grips.
Oh,
Neat.
awesome, man. Thanks.
It looks
$10
pretty
too.
cool though.
It's cheap.
Damn, I was gonna say something, I forget.
1849 is the cheapest model. 2349 is the most expensive model.
I'm not gonna buy one, like I said,
Good.
partially because I don't have the
Well,
proper
that's
licensing
basically
yet.
a 1911 that's super duper special, even though 1911s shouldn't be that super duper special, but...
Kinda
Well, if
wanted
you
to
want
see
a
if I could
1911
find-
that's going to be super duper special, get it in 38 Super.
Yeah!
They make a 1911 that is double stacked 10mm.
They make a 1911 that has two barrels.
So isn't that just like
Oh,
a Browning high power in 10mm?
No, because it's still, if it's a 1911, it still has a really stupid grip safety. They got rid of that in the high power.
That's true. My bad.
But yeah, you can get it.
Was the high power double single or just single?
It was just single. The original ones. They've made doubles since then, but the original ones were single only.
Okay.
I thought it was what was the round capacity on the high power? I thought it was like
13.
13.
Was it 13? I swear it was 15.
No, 13.
A buddy of mine's in
standard.
the reserves, and he was telling me about how the officers have high power still in the reserves there.
Yeah.
And he was telling me about the high power, and he said single stack 13, the ones they have.
It's double stack 13,
That's
not single as
impossible,
far as
Oh,
I know.
sorry.
Single stack
Yeah,
13.
forgive me.
It'd be like sticking out the bottom by like 3 or 4 inches.
But it was, at the time it came out, it was revolutionary because everything else was like 8-round capacity or some shit. The high power was the first high capacity pistol to really exist. Like,
I was trying to say double, but single came out of my mouth. It's 12. So,
Yeah, but Red 9s took 10 rounds in their magazine.
yeah,
C96.
but the Mauser was kind of weird because it really didn't have detachable magazines on most of them. It was a stripper clip fed thing. Like, they were a weird, awkward kind of size pistol.
Well, like
the
the
high
C96.
power.
Yeah, but they changed that though. I'm pretty sure. I think it's World War I when they changed it.
What,
World
the
War I, they
C96?
kind of basically discontinued the things. Like, they didn't make much past World War
What
II.
the
aside
hell are
from
you guys talking about?
C96.
Yeah.
Okay,
I want one. I saw one.
But-
I didn't buy it. I regret it.
Aside from the Schnellfeuer, they didn't really make much past World War I because the Mausers were expensive, especially compared to the P-38s. And that's also why they really discontinued the Luger as well. They were way too expensive compared to a Walther P-38. And the fact that it took a lot of it took some modification to get it to take a magazine. The high power was high capacity, double stack, and it took a detachable magazine off from the get-go. Like, Browning's a fucking genius, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
Did he actually design the high powers?
he did, and he died before it was completed. So his son and the next lead gunsmith at Liège, Belgium, at FN's plant, finished it because Browning died in 1928 while working on either that or on the over-under he was designing. He basically died pretty much on the floor at the plant in Belgium. While working on one of those two guns. But yeah, he was designing the high power pretty much as soon as he finished in 1911. He died in 1928 with designs for the high power laid out, and his son and the head gunsmith at FN finished it in 1935.
The high power was made in 1935?
1935, and the Canadian government is still using it as our standard service pistol in the Army. The British only got rid of it about 2 years ago.
It's fine. I mean, if you're gonna buy some new stuff, like go buy some Glocks or whatever. But
The British
I
did
wanna
that.
buy
We're
a
looking
Glock.
at SIG actually for ours.
fuck that. Why? Why do we spend money on
well,
stuff that doesn't matter?
We should
Already
get
replacing-
FNs.
Who the fuck is the military police is apparently getting SIG 228s, I think, issued to them.
What's a 228? A single double or something?
It's basically a compact 226. It's just barely prohibited in Canada. Norinco makes a copy of it with a Canada legal barrel, but it's just a little bit more compact size of a 226.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure that's all single double. I'm pretty sure most SIGs are single double.
Yeah, except the 320, which is
Striker fired.
Striker fire goodness. Praise the Lord, Dugan Ashley, for making that video.
Speaking of new Glocks, did anybody see the that picture of the Glock 17M that somebody leaked? Like
All these Glocks are all the goddamn same looking thing.
Yeah.
You know what?
Glock this, Glock
I
that.
gotta tell you, I fired a Glock for the first time in about 4 years, a couple of weeks ago. Man, that Glock 17 Gen 4, the trigger is not garbage. It's got a good trigger on it.
No, I like it.
Glocks don't fit my hands.
I just don't like Glock because they're so boring.
It is kind of weird, but I mean, the only guns that I've shot are my 1911, which has got a 1911 fucking angle. I've shot the Glock, which has got the Glock angle, and I've shot my Victory, which has got a fucking Luger angle.
Well, you haven't shot FN yet, so get up the times, man.
My dad is looking at buying a G17 Gen 4 as his next pistol.
You know, it's a good gun, honest to God. It felt, it worked, it was nice.
I've never fired the G17, but I fired the G21 and the G34, and neither of them fit me. 9mm.
9mm.
What's a 34? Is it like a longer?
Long slide.
It's a competition one with the cutout on the slide. You know, the one that's got like the big hole in the top so you can see the barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that one. And neither of them fit my hand well. And the 21, it might have been because I was 16 at the time, but I swear to God, when it shot back, it hit into my wrist.
Yeah,
the slide would recoil back into my fucking wrist.
If you shoot it now, it's probably different.
And you were probably limb wristing it, so.
Yeah, it'll be better now. The Glocks have like a really nice. The bore is really low on them. They don't like the angle isn't that bad, and they feel so good.
I don't know. Glock makes a nice pistol, but I think they're ugly.
Yeah, I think TFB summed it up pretty good. He said the Glock is the Prius of the handgun world.
Yeah, Glocks. They're ugly. I don't like the way they look. Like any of them, they look like a box on a fucking.
No, they're good, but
pickup truck. At least like a Ford F-150. It's not a Prius.
No, it's a fucking Prius. It just
Honda,
works. It keeps going. It'll get the job done.
Honda Civic, not a Prius.
It's a Honda Civic.
It's a Honda Civic.
No, Honda Civics. Honda Civics are like something that like. I don't know the word, but like in Newfoundland, skeets drive, basically really greasy people.
Yeah,
like,
except
really...
Honda Civics have like shitloads of mods for them. They're everywhere and they just fucking work. Like the Glock is a Honda Civic.
The only mod for a Honda Civic you'll see in Newfoundland is basically a really riced out exhaust that you can hear 10 miles away.
Yeah, people around here fucking jack Honda.
That's the common practice all over the country.
Yeah. But like Glocks are ugly, but they goddamn work. I'll give them that. But I find they just don't fit me. But I don't like them because they're ugly and they don't fit me. I'll take my SIG any fucking day of the week.
Sorry, but my FMP just beats it all. So. See, Culver, you gotta get the times, man. Get the times.
For the longest time, I wanted a SIG 226 because. But honestly, at this point, I'm just looking for that one guy that finally gets sick of his fucking SP101 Shadow and just puts it up for 600.
That's a good gun to get, the SP01. Like I've shot SIGs at the range and they're all right. I don't know. There's nothing special about them. They're accurate. They flip like I think they flip a little bit more because the bore is so fucking high off the grip, right? And they're super expensive. They're so expensive.
Mine was $1,000. And it's all German made. Slide, frame, everything made in Germany.
That's pretty cool.
You can get an HK if you're gonna talk about like made in Germany and high quality.
Yeah,
it's
just what was that gigantic one? The HK 45 was it?
Oh yeah, that big mother. Yeah.
The steel gun?
Mark 23 or whatnot?
Yeah. SIG moved all their production to the States, though, and they made like one last run in Germany, and I got in on that. When I was at Flaherty's fucking buying it, there was some dude there who was buying the SIG, because he was like, oh, I wanted an SP01 Shadow, but they're out of stock, so this'll have to do it. And I'm like, man, one day I want to be able to go, this'll have to do, and spend $200 more on a pistol. Like, I want to be in that kind of financial situation where I can go, this gun that's $200 more expensive will have to do. Like,
yeah. you probably have guys showing up to your shop just being like, "Hey, I need a hunting rifle, something in 300 Win Mag," and you can just sell them anything. I've seen those guys.
Like I sell them the Savage Axis usually.
Really?
Oh, you don't get commissions then.
No, I do not. I do not.
You
get
need this
commissions at all.
$3,000 gun. It's the only one that'll perform.
Yeah. See,
You know what? I would have been ecstatic if I
you gotta keep an eye open for the guys with a little bit of beer gut, that salt and pepper look, the button-up shirt, and then they keep playing on their phone a lot. See, those guys don't have the time to be sold garbage. They just want something that's good and they're gonna be able to go and use. So that's when you bring out the fucking $1,000, $2,000 rifles, and you're like,
the
yeah,
fucking
this is
Seikos and shit. But no, I don't get commission, and if I did, I would have been ecstatic because I sold a $4,000 Benelli Super Black Eagle 25th anniversary edition on fucking like Saturday or Friday or some shit. Friday it was because they asked me to work an extra 2 hours because everyone called in sick in the fishing department. So I sold a $4,000 fucking Benelli Super Black Eagle 25th anniversary edition, and I was so happy. And I'm just sitting there going, man, if I got like 2% commission, that would be fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's like yesterday at work. I sold a guy like $6,600 worth of stuff, and the store I work in, you can't spend $6,600 that easy. So it's the same thing. If I made commission, it'd be fantastic.
$6 grand?
So, yeah, like $6 grand, 6,000. He's starting up a law firm, so he needed a lot of stuff. Yeah, he said he's gonna be back too. So I mean, like the guy's probably gonna drop 10 grand at the store I work at, in not too long. So that's pretty good.
I just want to be in a position where I can buy a 50 cal and shoot it for giggle's sake.
Yeah. So,
$15 shot. Yeah. Okay.
so
Just
basically,
get the range
Clover,
and just be like, "Hey, you guys want to take a shot of this thing?" Or I don't know.
Yeah.
Some
the guy at the range with the gun, you know what I'm talking about, the gun, that just goes, "Oh yeah, here, have a few shots with it."
There was a guy who comes into my work a whole bunch who let me and a coworker borrow his 338 Lapua, and he gave us 9 rounds of hand loads.
Ooh.
We shot 6 and went at 200 yards and went, this is a waste. And so we just packed it up after that.
Makes a lot of noise though.
Oh yeah, everyone else in the range
338?
is just looking at it going, oh my god, a fucking 338. My coworker drives a shitbox Toyota Camry. This gun was worth more. This gun was worth more than his car, and it was only a Savage Model 110.
Those guns only like $1,600. I was thinking about buying one of them.
Yeah, like I said, this gun is worth more than his Toyota.
The question is, what the hell are you going to use 338 for? Do you have any fucking armored vehicles that need to be stopped right now?
That's what I used to joke about. I'm like, yeah, you can shoot cars from here to the highway, like car engine blocks from here to the highway.
But with a 338 Lapua.
You what?
Some.
Oh yeah.
What's
But
that?
I want to shoot a deer at 2,000 yards, and I'm just like, I got this, bro. Don't
No,
even
I got
fucking
one of
worry
those,
about it.
Sergeant, this is no spear hunting. You gotta make it a challenge.
There's some people who've come into my store and said they want to fucking moose hunt with a 338 Lapua, and I'm just like, where are you moose hunting this distance? I think the only legitimate answer I've ever heard was, oh, we're shooting on a clear-cut hydro line, and I'm like, okay, maybe, but like, really?
Yeah. They're in
Okay,
Saskatchewan.
You're gonna fucking
45,
shred
70.
Oh yeah,
those.
they're in Saskatchewan. They're shooting the moose at the other end of the province.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I just said. Yeah, they're standing on the only hill in Saskatchewan, and they're shooting moose in every direction.
Hey,
Holy shit! A box of 20 is $160 for that ammo.
You
Yeah.
reload
No.
that shit. You reload
yeah,
it.
you reload that.
No.
Yeah, well, yeah, you have to.
You never shoot 338 Lapua with new ammo. You buy one box and then you reload those shells until they blow
No,
up.
I bought once fired Lapua and I reloaded that stuff, and it was fairly decently cheap to do it. It doesn't blow up a deer or anything like that. Neither does 50 BMG. It punches a little bit of a bigger hole, but
Just
It
a little
doesn't-
bit.
Through that
Just a
deer
little
and the
bit.
deer behind it and the deer behind that and like 50 groundhogs where the bullet lands.
yeah. And you have to the thing that sucks about 338 Lapua, you have to wear ear protection when you're hunting with that because they've got a big bad break on them and they're burning so much powder. You will lose hearing if you shoot that thing.
Yeah. Well, you just get those nice fucking amplification earphones as well.
Yeah, you can run those.
Blow up the deer.
Yeah, but I mean, it works. It's silly. Most of them have a huge barrel on them. I used a Savage 111 long range hunter, which is like the cheapest 338 Lapua you can get, and yeah, I shot a deer with that.
Well, let's not get around here. I mean, you could just you go to the Home Depot, get a pipe, and technically you can make a 338 Lapua.
You mean like that 50 cal Wolverine is selling? That's basically just a giant ass fucking pipe with a shitty.
You can get
stock
that one
on
in
it?
338 Lapua too.
Yeah,
Can you?
see?
Oh,
See? It's
God.
Yeah.
basically just a pipe.
There's a whole bunch of different calibers. I think there's like 4 or 5 calibers for it.
What, some other snowflake shit?
338 Lapua LCs. I don't know.
Whatever the Dick Shaytak probably, and some other stupid crap like that.
What, like the...
It was 338
what
Lapua,
is the name of that?
416, 50 BMG, and something else.
Can
I've
you
never
repeat
even
that?
heard of 416.
It's apparently one of the best sniper rounds besides 338.
416 which? Barrett?
Andrew, did you play Call of Duty?
Yes.
Did you play Modern Warfare 2?
Yes.
It's the intervention round.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Is that what, 416 Barrett?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically Barrett invented that caliber as a middle finger to California, because California banned 50 cals. They're like, fuck you, we're going to make a fucking caliber that's more powerful and fucking better ballistics than this shit, and you can fuck yourself.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
okay,
not
here
that
it
hard
is.
to get better ballistics than 50 BMG. I mean,
It's
it's
50
they typically
BMG,
pick a
they're
30-06, and then they just
Leak
went
it.
times 2, times 3, times 4.
Leak
That
it.
works.
It's 408 Kraytak and 416.
That's another one I've never heard of is 4 Kraytak. All right, cool.
I think it's Shaytak, isn't it? 408 Cheyenne Tactical.
Maybe.
Something.
And then, yeah, 416 Barrett. That's what the other one
Is that $300,000? What the hell?
$3,000.
Oh, 3,000. I was like, what the hell?
$300,000
$300,000.
Well, you know
yeah.
what? For $300,000, if you add another $200,000 to that, you can call the guys over at Walther in Europe and make you a new WA2000.
WA2000? Oh,
Oh,
God.
yeah.
Do you remember when that meth dealer in BC got caught with a WA2000?
The story is far, far sadder than that. Literally, they pull over a guy like on the border for some reason or another. They search him. They find a bunch of fucking drugs. It probably was meth. And the guy's like, "Oh yeah, I got caught. My bad." And then they search his house, and the guy was like, he wasn't like the average meth dealer or something like that. It seemed to be like some guy that just got caught up in a shitty situation, because they find a nice gun collection, and in that gun collection, it's a fucking WA2000.
Uh,
Believe the judge.
The RCMP has like a moment of like a brainwave. They go, "Oh shit, we should probably not throw this in the furnace."
Yeah, the judge actually said, okay, you can give this to the local gun club and let them auction this off, because this is a $20,000 rifle at least.
Yeah.
Because Walther made like 300.
Because Walther.
Yeah, Walther made like 200 something of these rifles, and apparently the vast majority are owned by one guy in Germany.
Which is kind of ridiculous. Is he trying to like get them all so he can sell them at an inflated price?
Probably. He probably
one way
sold
to
and lets
make-
one or two of them go over time, but like, yeah, apparently one guy in Germany owns like all the WA2000s.
That's like that guy in the U.S. Right around the assault weapons ban time. He just fucking turned on his lathe, made a whole bunch of full auto sears, and just sat on them. And every year he sells 2 of them, and that's how he makes his living.
makes living. Oh my god.
That's how he makes his. That's his source of income. Every year he sells a couple of those because he literally sat on his lathe, made a box full of full auto sears, and they're worth thousands.
Yeah, so he just registered them all before the deadline in '86 and just sits on them.
That's exactly what I would do. It's a shame I'm, so young and don't live in that place.
Not
but
American.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's so perfect. I have the perfect amount of brass and the perfect amount of bullets.
That's the thing, though. I'm glad I'm not American.
You know what? I happen to disagree, because at least if you have the money in the U.S., you can just buy literally almost whatever you want.
Yeah, no, fair.
You could also just buy echo triggers without any form of registration and
yeah, but if you want the real deal, you can get it. In the U.S., if you have the money, you can get it. I mean, I know a guy in the U.S., Bartman, on Reddit, he just got his hands on a Mac 11, like the cheapest full auto you can buy in the U.S. They're like $4,000, and basically there's an entire industry around these really shitty submachine guns that let you put just about anything you want on them. So what this guy did is, on the lower, he bought like a bunch of parts and he turned it into like a Franken AR that's full auto, but it's a fucking Mac 11.
Yeah, so basically it's the 1022 of the United States of full autos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I had a full auto. I was actually having a conversation with my girlfriend today about that, and she was like, I don't get why you would want one. It's like, I don't really want one. I just want the possibility of owning one just cause. It's not...
I want one so I can waste all my goddamn money shooting it, 'cause goddamn is it fun.
I want to dump mag after mag for giggle's sake. For the same reason that the guy owns the race cars in his garage and takes them out to the racetrack just 'cause he can.
Or own the whole collection of cars and he just sits there and cleans them every few months.
Or the guys that buy the old fucking World War II tanks. Just fucking as they want.
Motherfucker, I want to buy one of those in functioning condition with a functioning cannon, make fucking pure lead fucking rounds for that shit, and fire it in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, Northern Ontario.
Hey, Jatter, how much would it cost you to make a 102mm shell in solid lead?
Probably less than $10.
I mean, if I can afford to spend about $1 million on a goddamn M4 Sherman.
No. Jatter, you gotta reload the shells, right?
Well, just the projectile, I thought you were talking
Honestly,
about.
you don't know the stupid-ass plans I have for property in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, Northern Ontario.
How much are
It's
you going to
ridiculous.
spend on powder for that?
It's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. Look, are you really going to ask that question when you're going to shoot rounds out of a fucking tank? Like, you're going to ask, how much is this going to cost me? No, you're going to be like, I'm going to shoot a fucking tank.
What the hell do we care? What the hell do we care?
He's gonna buy one of those big tubs like Robot ate them and had no idea what to do with, and just dump them in one shell.
See, this guy just walks into fucking Wholesale Sports, buys 5 pounds of powder. This will be one bullet. This will be the next one.
Can you please give me all of your powder? Like, just all of it. Literally everything you have, I'll figure out a way to make it work. Just give me all of it.
Into the parking lot, just like dumps one into the king,
No.
puts the bullet on top, grabs a sledgehammer,
What you have to
starts
do is
fucking
you have to wait for delivery day, and you just stand in the way of your truck and you go, no, it's okay, I'll take it.
Come around over this way. Come on, let's go.
See, this is the new address. Go here, not the store.
All right, buddy.
Delivery truck.
You're going to drive me out to my property up north so we can dump this powder in my fucking tank, and as your compensation for doing that, you get to shoot it once or twice.
You get to shoot
Use the tank to hijack the truck and take all the powder.
Another thing I want to do is get a tank.
He knows, yeah.
Another thing I want to do is street license the tank, because it's technically possible, and then drive it to work in the middle of downtown Toronto.
If I remember correctly,
Good luck trying to get through the streets.
Gridlock? Fuck your gridlock.
You have to disable the cannon, and you have to get the tracks covered in rubber. So that
You have to get the tracks covered in rubber, but I don't think you actually legally have to disable the cannon. That's just for importation.
Dude, there's no way in hell they're going to sell
If the tank is already in the country and functional with a functional cannon, you do not need to disable the cannon. It's only if you import a new tank.
Regulation of that, because that just seems too good.
It's the same thing with you can't bring in new grenade launchers, but any existing grenade launchers are legal for you to own.
Well, they're not grenade launchers; they're flare launchers.
No. Actual
there is
M240
actual
grenade. Sorry, M203. I've seen actual M203 40 mil grenade launchers for sale on CGN.
Wasn't
$5,000.
there? Somebody checked the old gun registry, and they had there were 2 of them in the country before 2012. Was it?
Something like that. I don't know, but yeah, like you can't import new ones, but if they're in the country and functional, you don't need to deactivate them. So that's why I said I want to get an active fucking tank with an active cannon.
I just want an FAL. I just want an FAL. I want a 20 round box mag of 7.62 real fucking NATO.
Oh, my dad fucking
maybe,
wants that too, because my dad carried one in the army.
Because that's going to be kind of hard to get, Crover. You know, maybe before that you can get one of these guys here.
Where's the pick rail mounting on it? Come on.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, those are just desktop.
You gotta have the pick rail have the slightest contact with the butt's dick.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Adriel, come on, man, pick
Adriel,
rail.
I want that. I want it. I
You
want
put
to
the pick rail on the bottom, and then the dick
Oh,
butt
No,
would
no,
be
like I
upside
said,
down.
you
It
have the
would be
pick
vertical
rail
straight.
mounted the slightest way on the butt's dick.
But crazy. I feel like if you brought a tank into Toronto, the next week they would implement a bylaw specifically saying no tanks in Toronto because that's how Toronto rolls, right? Like if something cool happens, they ban it.
We've got a guy in my neighborhood.
And you know what
that
I
drives
do
a
in
tank
response
around.
to it? I drive my tank up to the middle of fucking City Hall, park it on Nathan Phillips Square, and be like, "All right, what you gonna do?"
You gonna tow my
No,
tank?
you gotta, as the bylaws being passed, you roll up and park, take the keys out and get out and walk away.
It's like,
and then
what
when
are
they
you
come
gonna
out
do
saying
now?
you can't park
call
here,
Yeah. You're gonna
It's
call
like,
in a
what are you gonna do?
Chinook helicopter to move my fucking tank? Fuck you.
Hey man,
I
they
can't
called
drive
in
it
the
because
army
you guys
for
just made this stupid bylaw, so now I'm just gonna sit here.
they called in the army for a snowstorm, so they'll call in the army for the tank.
Oh my god. Oh my god, you guys.
To
Oh my
move
God,
this
you guys.
one motherfucker's tank. Because they won't be able to impound it. You could take it to court and be like, no, I parked it before the law was in place. It was in legal parking space, yada, yada, yada. As long as you keep putting the
And
fucking
then I have to go and like
orders
find a
in them.
fucking train to cart it home
Adriel,
on because no
Adriel,
flatbed will be able to lift the
Those big
fucker.
butts, and they have a pick rail. Like I am gonna put them on each side of the AR. There's gonna be two little dick butts on each side, just standing on each side.
Okay, well these
Is-
ones
is
are
it-
already printing, but maybe
Guys,
maybe
is it
for the next
unreasonable
three.
that the guy I messaged about the revolver is online on CGN? So I'm sitting here just refreshing the page repeatedly, waiting for him to respond to my message.
I've done that before. Don't
People
worry.
don't fucking respond.
Adriel,
See,
send me a
Sergeant,
pick
by the
rail.
way, Sergeant, fuck you. Mine's got a purple dildo on it.
Yeah, they already mentioned that.
It'd be more impressive if it was an actual dildo.
Well, let Adriel.
I can make
finish
this
that.
happen.
Adriel will make this happen. I think I'll take one too.
Yeah,
My
Adriel,
parents will have a
send
lot
me
of questions.
send me a pick rail dick butt, and I'll put it on my 22.
My parents will have a lot of questions, but I want this.
No. Just stare at them into their eyes as you unpack it, and then you lick it slowly.
No.
Establish dominance.
Adriel, where's your 3-in-1 gun? I've yet to pester you with that about that this week. So
I'm still waiting on parts from China.
Jesus, Adriel.
This thing smells like gunpowder and gun oil. It smells great.
Adriel, do you have any parts at all?
Well, now that I know how to combine two models in one, I think I can start making some stuff. I think I can start printing some crap and just make it work.
Yeah, man. Just go for it. Just give her, dude. Just give her.
Just believe in yourself. Just do it.
Don't let your memes be dreams.
Don't your dreams be memes.
Well, I'm printing 3 dick butts as we speak. So
Thank
I'll
you.
work on the
thank
pick rail
you,
version
thank
next.
you. I can legitimately tell you that I am beyond excited to hear that the dick butts are happening.
Pick rail dick butt.
Priorities.
Oh my god.
Pick rail dick butts.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'll put it.
since I
I
got a
feel
bunch
like
of,
if you were to sell these on CGN, contact True North Arms and see if they'll pick them up for distribution.
Sell your pick rail dick butts. Oh, fucking speaking of people that Adriel should contact, did you get a hold of NEA?
Yeah, I totally did that. Thanks for
Yeah?
flagging that out to me. Yeah.
So, what's the NEA thing? Or are we gonna
Oh, they're looking for
covert?
bloggers to like send guns to puppy dogs. So, I mean, I want
That's a good idea. Oh,
Yeah,
Hey, I can.
to. I think it's a good idea too.
Yeah,
I
I am blogger. Please send me rifle or I can make review of this.
Yeah.
I bought this doohickey from a guy in Canada Guns. It is a holder for 357 shells.
It
Mhm.
makes it easier to put a speed loader on.
Oh, cool.
That's right. It makes it easy to put your speed loader right over the top. You jiggle it a little bit,
Fucking
and
wind clips, anyways. They're way better.
there you go.
How many
If, um,
speedloaders do you have?
if they're gonna
I
send me
have-
guns,
I
I
have
can be
a
anything
pile
they
of
want me to be.
I think the answer is not enough.
I have a pile of them. Yeah.
That's not enough.
See, my 686 came with these guys. I don't know what kind of them they are, but yeah, I bought these aluminum ones, which are way nicer.
Yeah.
Crover,
clips are better.
how many speed loaders do you have?
9.
You need
No,
more.
wait, no, I can't count. 11.
Not
Crover,
enough.
Crover, you need 80. You need to be able to reload all your 357 brass and then load it all in the speed loaders. All of it.
All of it. Actually, you know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to set up, and I might start reloading my 38 specials right now.
Crover, can you show us your not your SR22, geez, your 22 pistol? Like your super cool thing?
Yeah, give me a second. I can go get
Okay.
it.
Yeah, take your time. No rush. I just want to see it again because I was thinking about that today. It's pretty neat.
Buy it. It's awesome.
I would if I had the proper license.
Well, go
Hey,
fix.
Yeah, go get your restricted then.
I will be fixing that problem, but the place I did it at didn't offer like the combined course, so.
I got mine the same weekend, so.
Yeah, I would have, but you know. That's it.
Have you guys seen the primary arms scopes?
No.
Hey man, don't start telling me about scopes. I'm just about to buy that TRS.
They're
Oh, yeah,
supposed to be,
that
they're
one's
supposed
a
to be
good
really
one, too.
good.
But yeah,
I don't have my
you might
credit
get
card
this
here, so I'm not buying it tonight. I'll buy it tomorrow.
Uh,
But
uh,
I really appreciate the
There we
tip
go.
off on that, Sarge.
Ooh, cool reticle. What is that?
That's the primary arms one.
Oh, mine's
Oh, it's kinda bright,
mine's a
too. I'll try and turn it down.
ballistic 223
Which scope is that?
556.
This is the primary arms. It's got a ballistic drop reticle too, but the light was too bright. You couldn't really see.
Nope, but like what magnification and that kind of thing?
Oh, 3x.
Ah, cool.
There we go.
Kind of like the
Nice.
Oh,
Paris
Paris
then.
then.
by the
But
way,
it's got ballistic drop in there and everything. And it's
Adriel. That looks cool, man.
oh god, I got all fucked up. Where does it go?
No,
Whatever.
we saw it. Adriel, DV on IRC says that you have to make that dick butt the same height as a front sight post, so that I can co-witness it with my red dot.
Okay, once it comes out of the printer, I'll see where the dick on the dick butt is coming out, and then I'll try to get that so it like hits on the rail.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, since the AR is now wearing the scope, I had an extra red dot kicking around, so it went on the pistol.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And you know what's cool about the SW22? It comes from the factory in the box with a rail. You literally take off the rear sight, you take off one screw, pop off the rear sight, pop in this rail, and what's great is that the rail itself on the back has iron sights.
You know, I've never really liked rails on pistols. They always look weird to me.
Yeah, but
Depends on
then,
the pistol.
but then, bro, operator.
I think
Super
the Deagle
operator.
rail and the Rhino rail both fit in really nice.
That doesn't look bad though, Crover has.
Yeah, I like the Rhino rail. That looks pretty cool. But
I
anyway,
just don't like the Rhino. The Rhino's a very weird gun.
Well,
Kroger, I do
everybody that I know that owns one says it's great, and then everybody online that has one seems to talk about all the issues they have.
Yeah, because don't they break after a long time because they're built like
Well,
a
it's not
finely
really
made
that.
Swiss
It's the
watch?
fact that the inside of the fucking thing looks like a goddamn Swiss watch.
No, just don't open
They're,
it.
they're like ridiculously complex. Somebody made a GIF of the operating mechanism inside of one of those things. It's fucking ridiculous.
I'd be interested in that.
but
Well, I'd
Kroger,
probably be able to
I'm a fan
understand
of
that because I
pistol.
fixed a watch once after all.
Yeah.
If I can fix one watch, I can fix a revolver.
Okay,
Hey,
so
Gomer.
I have this now, and it looks so pretty.
Beauty. That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So I have all. This is my my Cougar Defense slot. It's got all the rounds that I'm ever gonna need to fend off a horde of cougars.
As in 40-year-old women.
Yeah, I was gonna say as a
No,
40-year-old.
No. Actually, it's funny. I always make that joke, but it's actually a problem here in Victoria. Just last year in the summer, they caught a fucking cougar downtown next to the fucking BC legislature.
Yeah. What was she hitting on 20-year-olds walking by?
Yeah, also trying to eat babies.
Yeah, it sounds like 40-year-old women.
Dude, that's so rude. It's so rude.
They
Okay,
break
so-
open their necks and drink their stem cells to lower their
Oh,
own age.
you're really quoting fucking South Park right
Yeah.
now? Yes, I saw that episode too, motherfucker. That was a great episode, by the way. For those of you that are not privy to this amount of humor, there's an episode in South Park where, was it? No, it was fucking Christopher
Fetus.
Reeve's Superman.
Yeah, drinks like fetus.
Yeah, drinks fetus stem cells so that he can gain his powers back to be Superman in real life.
And then Cartman tries to get a bunch of stem cells supposedly to save Kenny and uses them to try and like duplicate a pizza joint. So he can have the stem cells make a pizza joint for him.
Yeah, and so he ends up like going around collecting fetuses, doesn't it? In like a little fucking red trolley cart. It's really messed up. But then again,
Well, it's South Park, so
Something I love about South Park is you remember the episode that a bunch of people got upset over the fact that they depicted Muhammad.
yeah.
Every episode after that had Muhammad in the credits, in the opening credits. Like he's in the opening credits, like he's there smiling and waving. You can see him in the opening credits, and every episode after that when he's there, and no one noticed.
There is also another even more ironic bit regarding that particular depiction, and it was that about 10 years ago, in like the 3rd or 4th season of South Park, there is an episode called the Super Best Friends League, where a bunch of deities are kind of making fun of like the Justice League, and Mohammed is featured in there, and nobody made Pipsqueak, and it wasn't until the Danish cartoons and that whole fucking debacle that people started caring about that.
Yeah. Also, Charlie Hebdo.
Yeah. Well, Charlie Hebdo happened way after the
I know.
issues.
I know, but geez, man, like
Yeah.
it's crazy how you can get killed over drawing a picture.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's fucking
So,
messed up.
does anyone else have any guns that they wanted to show off, or any new purchases?
Well, I can talk about skeet shooting today,
Yeah, go for it.
unless anybody else wants to talk about guns. Anybody got
I did a
anything?
course with the Slamfire guys, but whatever.
There's your plug for the day.
Tell us about that later.
My plug.
Yeah.
To our 5 viewers.
Yeah, our 5 years.
I still
Hi,
need
guys.
to check out Slamfire.
Dude, it's actually awesome. And there's my plug from today.
Uh.
And but yeah, no, today I went skeet shooting for the 2nd time, and I recorded it 2 of the 3 games on my Sony Action webcam that was strapped to my head. I made the mistake of shooting my first round without recording that round, because that was a mistake since that was my best round of the day. That first round that I didn't record.
Yeah, whatever.
I shot 17 out of 25, which is in line with my other.
Yeah, that's my best round of trap too.
Yeah. So I got room to grow and beat you little shit. And yes, it is way harder and way more fun than trap shooting. So if you guys get a chance of going to a proper skeet field with the houses, and you have somebody there telling you the actual leads, because that's the hilarious bit, there is next to nothing to skeet, because if you follow the directions, you literally stand looking this way, point your gun in this direction, shoot the bird 4 feet in front of it, you're gonna hit it every time. It is really, really fun to do.
Or at
Ow!
least 17 out of 25 times.
Fuck you. So, yeah,
Hey
that
man,
was
I've
my
never
goal.
done it, so.
If anybody in Victoria wants to come out skeet shooting, the Victoria Fish and Game range has the skeet practice on Tuesday mornings from 10 a.m. until the old guys decide to go for lunch.
And if anybody in and around Newfoundland wants to take me skeet shooting, let me know. I will definitely come
Buy a
along.
goddamn shotgun kit. Fuck you for not buying mine.
Well, Crover, man, like we've discussed this, you know.
Fuck you.
So...
Shut up.
Hey.
Hey. Alright.
Keep it civil now. Any other guns or?
No, I think we're fighting with each other too much. I think we're good.
Well,
Yeah,
Crover, the other day,
Who's that?
last week you were talking about the BDC on your gun not being on at 200 yards. Were you able to get a look at the manual for that scope?
Yeah, it just says oh yeah, that's right. It's entirely dependent on what ammo they use to make that scope.
Well,
I have no idea what they use to make that scope.
For
Are you
this
talking about your
one-
AR scope?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to, at 300 yards, I have to run mine between the 2nd and 3rd dot.
Yeah, that's the
Somewhere
thing. It's there, Sergeant, to give you an idea of where to hold. But what you're supposed to do, and that's what the manual tells you, is grab the ammo that you're going to shoot, shoot 100, shoot 200, shoot 300, look where the bullets are landing with each one of the dashes, add those 3 different ranges, and then go from there.
Just from this one, the actual dot in the center is 0 at 100 and 200 yards. So
That
like
could
it
be
comes up to hit 100, and then it goes down to hit 200, and then you start using the hashes to go from 3 down.
My scope on the manual, it says you can zero this at 100 or you can zero it at 300, and the dashes will quote unquote work. So.
What's that action camera like you posted?
Oh yeah, Grover was posting about action cameras. I want to get one. I want to get an action camera too. I was just wondering if anyone of you guys have it.
In this day and age, just get a fucking GoPro because the Sony action cam has a bunch of issues.
GoPro Hero 3, and I have no problems with it.
The issues with the Sony action cam is number one. Where the fuck is it? Number one, it doesn't come with a case. So it comes with the camera as is. So I had to go into Amazon and order the fucking head cam case here. Number two, a GoPro is a nice little square, and you can just use it as an actual camera, you know, because it's an actual square. Whereas these Sony GoPro cameras, I mean the Sony action cams, they don't have a flat side. So you can't actually use it as a camera. You have to get a mount every time and hold it around, or just get like a little tripod. And number three, and this is a known issue with these things, the gain on the mic is fucking ridiculous, and you cannot turn it down.
Can you get anything for your phone to see what you're looking at on that?
But, like, I made that video there for my GoPro. It's pretty good.
Yeah. You can actually get an app that lets you control the camera with your phone, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, like the GoPro.
Yeah, I know GoPro does that.
At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, because, yeah, you can only use this inside of a specific case with a tripod on it. Or you have to go and buy a fucking head mount strap.
Yeah.
And unlike the GoPro, where you can actually put it in the center of your forehead, this will either be on either side of your head. And today I had an issue where I had to switch sides, because the first round of trap that I recorded, it was with my coach gun, and it was recording over my right shoulder, but I shoot left. So I expect the video to look really wonky with like the gun curving. Oh yeah, also another issue with it is it's got 120 degree field of view, and you cannot change it. It is fixed to the camera. I am not sure, but I think the GoPros you can change that.
I just use the GoPro Hero 3.
Yeah.
And I even use that just to make videos like mine. Like I linked a video there, but I made it on the GoPro. So.
The Hero 4, you can change your angle lens of your angle.
Yeah. The angle lens is built into the housing of the camera, so you cannot change this on the action.
Well, it's just in software on the GoPro. I'm not sure how they accomplish it, but it seems to really change your depth of field depending on how you set it.
Good programming.
Yep. So yeah, it's an alternative to a product that doesn't need an alternative. It's the same situation. It was like basically the same situation when Apple had the iPhone, and then everybody was like, oh shit, we better get in on the smartphone market. But Apple is and forever will be a major player in it, because simply they started it and they have such a head start.
Technically, BlackBerry started the smartphone market. Apple just revolutionized it. Now Android controls it.
Where's BlackBerry now?
They're moving to Android platform because it's more financially viable.
Yeah.
And so, whereas Apple has a minuscule share of the market compared to Android now, actually.
Well, yeah, but basically, Android is a success story in the tech world that I don't expect. Nobody expected it.
Android made a better product. And
I remember them when the first Motorola Droid commercials came out. I just found they were hilarious. Yeah. Everything I don't, Droid does.
This is Sony's version of the Android to GoPro's version of the iPhone, and it is not working. That's my verdict on that one. I only own that camera because my girlfriend gave it to me for my birthday, and I use it. I like it. But I would rather have a GoPro. Just my 2 cents.
So your girlfriend sitting in the room
$500
bitching about for not liking her things.
360.
5 Point makes
200.
another action cam, and I only know this because we sell the accessories for
It's
it.
my GoPro Hero 3. It does good enough, 1080p, 30 frames a second. So.
If you get the 4, you can do 4K, but if you dial it back to 1080, you can shoot 120 frames per second. So then you can get some pretty decent slow motion out of it too.
Nice.
Yeah, but those like $500 though. This thing was like $300. So.
Yeah, I don't know what mine cost. My wife bought it for me.
I don't have no fancy action cam, but this Kodak, whatever the dick, does 720 at 60 frames a second.
I just use my cell phone and I get 1080p 60 out of it. So.
Yeah, but cell phones aren't really too good.
I have no idea what my cell phone does, but probably that. But I've had these things since I was in fucking high school.
1200,
So, like,
1200 FPS at potato quality. Total potato quality.
Yeah.
This
we
is
know-
waterproof.
1200.
We've seen the videos, Adriel.
See, that
We've
brown
seen the
pixel
videos.
there is the
This
bullet.
is waterproof to 3 meters as well. I can record underwater.
I could
And
record
technically,
water
my
too,
phone
in
is
case.
also waterproof. Apparently, I haven't decided to test it, but
Yeah, I have a Samsung Galaxy S5 Neo, and it's supposed to be waterproof, and I'm like, I'm not gonna test that.
I got an S6 and I have no idea. So I'm not gonna fucking try
Oh
it.
yeah, it's good to go, bud. Just throw it in the water. Let's see what happens.
You know, I
Y'all got your fancy cameras and phones. We know. Yeah.
I'm
They don't have cell phones in Newfoundland.
I just
No,
find
no,
it
they do
funny
have
when
cell
I post.
phones. I have an iPhone because it's 16 gigabyte.
Ew. My Note 3 is 32. So.
Did you say you have an iPhone because it's 16 gigabyte?
They are
No.
of gun
I have it-
topics, so
I have an
can try it in
iPhone,
right now, Adriel.
and it is 16 gigabytes. I don't have it because
okay,
it is.
my
I prefer
phone
allergic
doesn't have
ones.
slow motion. It has a thing called fast motion.
Grover needs to mute his fucking mic.
Yeah,
Fuck
Grover,
you.
like,
Enjoy the
People are trying to have a fucking conversation. Grover's just fucking. "Ah, fuck it.
but yeah, I have an iPhone. It's 16 gigabytes, and it's a pain because I can't put. In order to put songs on this, I have to delete songs because it's so full of everything.
Oh, that's why I had a
I got a
32 gig
120
iPhone. I
gig
replaced
SD
it with a
card.
16 gig S4, and then I got a 64 gig S6. And
My
I never
next
put
phone-
any of my music on it.
My next phone, whatever it is going to be like 128 gigabytes because I can't deal with this.
I just
Yeah,
find it
I
funny
want
when
Use
I
a
post, like,
cloud. Come on, like my last phone is like.
then you
16
need the
gigs.
internet. Fuck that.
I'm sorry, we're in Canada. Our data plans suck
Well, like
dick.
that too.
Yes.
I have a Note 3.
Robellis has
But
us by
like,
the fucking balls, and they just
yeah.
yank harder and harder the more we ask for more data.
Well, out here in Newfoundland, we have Eastlink too, so that provides a little bit of competition, so that's nice. But
posted-
still.
Yeah. I just like posting gun pictures to like Reddit stuff, and people are like, "Holy shit, the picture looks really good. What camera did you use?" I'm like, "My phone." They're like, "Oh, okay."
I'm actually reduced to taking a picture with Snapchat, downloading it from Snapchat, and saving it that way because my phone does not have enough memory to take a photo, but it will Snapchat can take a photo, so I download it from there.
Snapchat probably uses your RAM
No,
I
I
don't
use
know.
data. I know that.
or as cloud.
Well,
or some
as
shit.
gun related as this chat about Snapchat is.
I tried to bring it back on with the gun pictures topic, but it didn't.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
So how much percentage of your foot are you supposed to show in the picture of your gun?
It depends on the level of shitposting you're doing. If you want to shitpost like a pro, you have to show both feet.
And how
And
long should
nasty
your
toenails.
And
How long
nasty
should they be?
toenails.
Yeah.
The nastier the better. I mean, foot fungus is actively encouraged.
Yeah. I don't think I want to actively encourage any foot fungus, thanks. I had that once, it was not pleasant.
You're clearly not shitposting on the level you're expected to. Okay, that's it. Shut it down. Shut it down.
I'm shutting it down. We're done. We're done here.
We're done.